Welcome back, everyone, to session 20 of season 3 for Pandemonium. We are joining the heroes as they're getting near the end of their War for Kata arc. With this, they'd recently gotten their revenge against war band leader Afak and his troops that had either or had actually directly killed their fellow party member Agnijit, taking down all three of the giants without killing them, taking them captive and presenting them to Lady Abe Haruna as a to both collect on the bounty and get their gold. They got a hefty sum of gold, but also to as a measure of revenge and hopefully to bring peace to G's mother. After that, the group found them during the fight, I should say. They discovered a clockwork drone in the shape of a bird, monitoring them during the fight. Wisteria was able to shoot it down from the sky, and later, after accessing the drone, saw a kind of a magical image presented of the exalted sovereign scientist Javier from Codinia, who said that he had been given control of it, executing on the bounty out for the party due to their crimes against the state of Codinia, and that for now he just wanted to watch them. He said that he would, as long as they allowed his drones to fly and buzz around and stay there, he would not take hostile actions. So the party, after collecting the remains of one of the clockworks, made their way back to Kata, letting the Baron know about this new threat from Codinia, but also receiving kind of their latest mission. Indicating the Baron wanted the party to bring young Lord Lytos often to Apo, which is his kind of his homeland, and wanted to reclaim that city. After rumors from a scout, and the scout is making his way back to Krenta, that something strange going on in the city, but it looks like their soldiers are still there. While the group learned this information, Will was approached by Jack and Orc from the Vox Populi and learned a little bit more of what's going on in Apo. They had a resource there that had gone dark, but before he went dark, indicated that the Infernals were playing a part within the city, and that the Lord actively harming the populace. So with that said, the group got to learn a little more about that side, and we're kind of gearing up to get ready to go towards Apo. Before they did that, they decided had a couple different paths they could pick. They could take a week of rest and downtime and kind of further their own skills or ambitions. They could hunt for the rumors of Sandrick Sanderson or Olga, or get revenge on Lanson the vampire who had killed one of the B squad of the Gabbles, Chris. The group decided to get retribution for the B squad and hunt down the vampire, and that's where we're going to pick up. So you all have spent the last week hunting through both the city of Krenta, looking for any kind of remains or signs or anything to track or find your way towards this vampire who was plaguing the city, hunting down different victims and utilizing his magic to shrink them, to hide the bodies. You guys have spent your week hunting down the creature and have found him just outside, or almost in between the city of Krenta and Kata, holed up in a cave along the river that connects Krenta to kind of the rest of the continent. You find him within on the outsides of this cave. You see blocking your passage this large stone boulder. The funny thing with it is, and no rolls necessary, It has like the same rounded shape of a smooth pebble usually used for kind of like skipping stones, but it just seems almost enormous compared to how it should look for a rock and boulder that side blocking the passage into the cave. You see that it's kind of almost blocks completely. You can barely see little gaps between the rock and the cave itself. Pretty much only big enough for a ray of sunlight or a bit of mist to peek through. But before we dive into that part, I want to give each of you guys a chance to say through that week how your PC may have aided in finding this vampire, discovering that he left Krenta, finding that he had holed up in a cave outside, kind of in between the two cities, and has been preying upon soldiers, both from Kata and the Taish giants in between for his meals. Tell me a little bit about how each of your PCs, and if you don't have anything, feel free not to, but just kind of what your PC did to uncover where his nest has been.
I think during the week, Wisteria would be looking over maps and charts of the region, trying to help the Baron plan and get ideas for, tactics with the war effort. And just as she's been looking over, she'd be like, "Oh, this river's known for a lot of caves. Like that might be a good place to retreat to. And if we get into something difficult," and then she starts kind of digging in, like completely different target of research. And at one point, it's like, "Huh," or like, and then like notices like reports, like tries to identify a cave that would be a good hideout spot for us if we need it. And then it turns out that's actually the one where the vampire is at, who used similar logic to find a good hiding spot.
Nice. What do the other members of the party do?
I think Belric would take a more boots on the ground, hands-on approach than Wisteria. So, wanting to avenge the fallen member of the Gavel, yeah, he would like go out and like literally like where there's a report of attack, he would go to that site and just like use his instincts and like look around and just like try to like pick up on tracks and pick up on certain things. And I think, yeah, it would have led him back to maybe like an area of caves, and he could potentially like work with Wisteria on like triangulating it. But yeah, he would be kind of out there in there.
Hunting him down. All right. Anybody else?
Calistavaria will at first be actually helpful by asking around and trying to find missing people recently missing, especially any that match the victims that Squad B had told us about. But then she gets this idea that vampires are like bats, so if she follows the bats, she can get to the vampire, and she starts following the movements of a lot of bats at night, only to realize that there are lots of different abandoned warehouses currently in Krenta where bats are roosting, so that ends up being a dead end.
Nice. Crash or Will, anything before we move on?
It's not, to me, it sounds like they got it covered. I'm following people.
Crash is doing his best to avoid doing anything to do with finding this vampire. But at the same time, I do love the half Looney Tunes-esque logic, half like he cannot avoid this for the life of him constantly stumbling onto leads for this vampire and being like, can't leave this alone, let me just pick it. Damn, that leads to that, that connects to that, and by the end of the week he has a board of red yarn like Charlie in that one episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Nice. Well, with all of your all's combined efforts, you eventually do find the cave that you almost feel certain holds Lanson inside with that very smooth, almost enlarged pebble blocking the passage. What do you guys do?
All right, so this is obviously a
Yes.
small pebble he found that he used an enlarged spell to increase, which he kind of says to the party. Does anyone have any tools or resources that might be able to counteract that magic?
No, unfortunately.
Oh,
Crash is going to toss something at Wisteria. It's not a bomb. Non-explosive this time. But will be a chameleon suit.
That's very cool.
And he will take out on his one hand his integrated trigger brand weapon, the Gentleman's Handslap. And in the other hand, he is going to draw a bomb. Specifically, the Vexing Vapor, which he has named Bernard's Bane. And he's wordlessly
Wisteria will
just
put on
going
that
to look
chameleon suit
there.
and try it out, just pointing against kind of the side of the cliff face, I guess, where the cave is, and watch as it like changes colors to suit the environment, ready to use it to trick this vampire.
I do not have any magics that can easily shrink this. I have some magics that can block our paths even more, but we could just have Dura get bigger and try and move it.
Probably can't hurt to try. Just be prepared, because I doubt that'll be a quiet endeavor.
It will not know.
Perfect. You're going to enlarge Dura and have her try to move?
Yes, so we're doing the focus spell, Evolution Surge, to make Dura huge, and then Dura will try and grip it with all the different tendrils and start to rotate.
Would it be helpful for Bear, who's considered large, to maybe lend a helping hand as well here?
Oh yeah.
Bear can definitely aid.
All right.
Perfect. Is anybody else attempting to help with this one or nearby with this?
Crash
I
has
guess
expertise in athletics. He'll help.
I cannot, but I can cast guidance on Dura. Yeah.
Perfect. Crash, give me and actually sorry, Belric, give me an aid check for Bear. Callie, give me a athletics check for Dura. Callie, Bear, and Crash, give me a reflex saving throw.
Oh, we forgot to check for traps.
Fools.
Sorry.
What's the skill I should use for aid? I just don't have.
Oh, so it could be any. You could kind of make the argument for the skill. I'd say athletics would probably be fit the best.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So Bear's athletics, and then here's his reflex. Assistant.
Perfect. As you all do it between kind of the assistants, or actually, did Dura roll? No, Dura didn't roll. No, Dura definitely did.
Oh!
Yeah. Dura with kind of Bear and Crash helping you. You almost hurl this enlarged boulder out of the way, but as soon as you push past it, you see like this brief flash of light and see like this almost fireball explode out from the mouth of the cave, rattling the stones, as well as the just kind of the general landscape, catching Callie, Belric, and Crash in its grasp. Anybody with a DC 28 reflex save or higher succeeded, takes half damage. Those who were lower have failed. So you see that blast of light echoing through, see the cave rumble, and you see it looks like a little bit of a winding network within the cave. Seems to be only one path, but you see it winding deeper within, and you see the sunlight as you go past the boulder beginning to fade, and darkness prevailing.
What was the damage? What was the damage on that, Tegan?
33 if you failed, 17
Sorry.
or 16 if you passed.
Thank you.
Okay, what do y'all do next?
Oh, yeah. Oh dear. Sorry. Hold on just a moment. I'm gonna just quickly maybe throw out a 3-action heal on everybody just to undo a little bit of that. Let's do 4th rank. I don't know, man. Yeah, 3-action heal just to give everybody a little bit back. I don't think it's gonna heal everybody, all of the damage you just took, but it'll do something.
Oh, it just healed me all of the damage.
Yep.
Crash gives a shaky thumbs up and just goes, I appreciate it.
Now, I can see in the dark, but Dura could use some aid. I can enchant her magically, or are we going in with light? Who here has difficulty seeing in the dark?
I do.
Then we should go in with light.
I was just planning on getting a snapshot of whatever's happening whenever I fired my gun.
That sounds dangerous for all of us.
Well, I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think there's any chance of us going in there stealthily anymore. So I think having a light on us is not going to cause us any issues.
Perfect. Are you guys lighting the way?
Will can cast light on himself.
That's
Just
good
like-
enough.
Oh yeah. Don't you have that halo?
Yeah, I don't have the halo feat, but that I've been flavoring my light spell as a halo that forms over his head.
Perfect. How much light does your halo, your light spell shine? Let me put it on there.
Yeah.
So 4. Oh, so
2020.
nice. Okay.
It's 2020.
Well, it's 60-60 now because it is at a higher
Cool.
level.
Oh, it's heightened. Wow, 60-60.
Damn.
Perfect. Well, you are able to cast your angelic light, kind of bathing this cave, kind of pushing back the darkness. You see as you walk through multiple footprints. You see bits of blood, bits of clothing, a few pieces of random trinkets that he's found through his various hunts. But eventually, as you kind of follow this winding cavern, you wind up near kind of at the end of the cavern where you see this room. And within it, you see, oddly, a bed with 2 bookshelves on either end. This long red carpet kind of draping across most of the floor. But you see at the foot of the bed, Lanson, this orc vampire, long, his fangs elongated even further than most vampires, that mix of orcish heritage within him. You see pale gray-green skin and this ferocious look in his eyes, with both of his hands clutched out in front of him in a combat stance. In front of him, you see 4 of these creatures that they look at one point they were human or humanoid at the very least, but now they've got this purplish gray skin, these long teeth and claws, and they match the description of what B Squad described his spawn as being. But the thing that may draw your eyes even further is behind Lotson, you see 2 looks to be Fessian civilians, but they are each holding a knife in their hands, and you see them standing behind Lonson. They look no insight or no sense motive necessary. They look fixed in place, but terrified. They look like they cannot move, but their eyes are screaming help. As Lonson sees you all busting in and crouched in his combat stats, you hear him just growl out, "You lot just couldn't leave me alone. I let the rest of your little B squad survive, and this is the repayment I get?"
Crash is going to squeak out.
You die.
And Callie's looking over at Crash, just trying to examine him.
Visibly shaking.
Okay. All right.
We was just going to say, only killing one of our allies is not the benevolence you think.
You see he growls out. He goes, he looks behind him and in front of him and goes, "You all know what to do. You know your roles in this play. Everybody roll me initiatives."
As agreed upon, Crash is going to be starting at 2 frightened and have it reduced normally
All right.
as the combat goes on. Shielded.
You own that one.
I don't know if Dura would start out huge because evolution surge only lasts for 1 minute.
It probably did unfortunately take longer than a minute to go through the cavern. All right. Looks like everybody is in. Will, you're kicking us off on this one.
Let's see. I would like.
You're breaking. I think you move away from your mic. There you go.
Oh man. Let's see. I suppose I should start off with AoE.
He's still coming in watery.
Yeah.
I don't know why that would be the case.
Oh, you're perfect. Yeah.
Weird.
Okay.
Huh.
It happens when you face away from the mic and look towards the screen, I think.
Well, the mic is right here.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you turn that way. It's better. I don't. Maybe it's just a weird internet thing because you're coming in crystal clear now.
All right. Let's see. I suppose should I start with a buff or should I start with AoEing some people? What do y'all think?
AoE before we all get into melee and you were
True. I'm gonna start off. Oh, what's the area on that? Cool. And what's the area on this one? It's so rare that I go first. I am going to cast. Let's do a Divine Wrath, I think, at 4th rank. And let me just, yeah, I can place it so that I can get all these folks. Oh, and I can get, but I can't get him if I move it over. All right, that's fine. I'll put it right there. It's the glitter bomb again. So Will points at a space in the center of the room, and just sparkles of golden light spray out in all directions from that point.
Okay, so Lonson will fail. The other two will succeed. Give you some damage.
Right. Ooh, good roll.
Perfect. As that glitter bomb goes off, you see the two vampires spawn quick to the reaction, but Lonson's still gloating in his own speech, is slow to react. It takes that full kind of sickening damage towards him. All right. Anything else you can do?
You're muted.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
muted.
My bad. I would like to use my final action after exploding golden light into the room. He's just gonna what's the word? Slam his staff into the ground, releasing the sound of a bell, and it will cast Rallying Anthem on everybody.
Nice.
All right. Wisteria, you're up next.
All right. I'm gonna mark Lonson as my person of interest, and then use a free action, devise a stratagem on him. All right, 13's not bad. I'm going to do a recall knowledge on him. Psych. Where is sometimes I glitched out on the macro thing. Oh, it's weird. Okay. And I'm asking what immunities he has. I know he had a bunch last time, but this crew doesn't. Maybe got some of the report from B Squad, but I don't remember exactly. So
Definitely, he is immune to death effects, disease, paralyzed, poison, sleep, and void damage.
all right, yeah. So I'll share that information with the party. So that was one action. Second action, I'm going to do an analyze weakness on him. And then third action will be a strike with my crossbow. There's a hit. And that'll be sneak attack and analyze weakness.
Nice.
33. And that's my turn.
Crash, you're up.
All right, Crash, currently frightened too, is going to do what he usually does when he's scared. Blow up. So we are going to use an item here. One we've seen before, Blast Foot, to leap up to 75 feet. In this case, Crash is going to be going right in front of the vampire.
Hunting his fears.
No, it's more so he doesn't want to miss this because he knows vampires can be damn good casters. We are tossing a vexing vapor into this lad's face.
All right.
And as we know with vexing vapors, they have a particular effect against casters. He needs to succeed a 1 in 4 chance that he can't cast. If he rolls a 5 or lower, he can't cast.
All right. You're sure on the splash damage? That's going to get you as well as the two people behind him.
2 people behind him. Shoot, I had the word. Collateral damage. Crash has the backfire mantle. so he doesn't take the damage. He has 10 resistance to it.
Perfect. All right.
And then is going to immediately trigger brand salvo into this vampire's face. Coming in with the melee side now.
Whoa!
Nice.
Damn, with that nat 20. We love to see it. It is. Alright. And then coming in with the range part of that strike. That is unfortunate, so much so that I'm going to use my hero point immediately on it.
All right.
Alright. Reroll into 33. Let's get that damage in. Wow, that is inordinately bad damage for Crash.
Oh, but luckily he is. Oh, actually, no. You see, he kind of shrugs that damage off, but even from your other strikes, he is bloodied. Now, you see kind of this ichor-like blood starting to run from the different cuts and wounds upon his body.
Yeah. It is important to say that with Trigger Brand Salvo, if I'm not mistaken, it. Oh shit! Trigger Brand Salvo is not manipulate. Huh. Neat. Did I do manipulate? I did. Okay, I'm shocked and surprised. I, for once, did not do a manipulate action in the first round in the range of something that may or may not have reactive strike. All right, that's Crash.
And I'll also say that the two women behind him as that acid blast out look bloodied. Lonson is up. He heals a bit. And you see him look at you and he goes, "You dare strike me, Metal Man? You dare put your hands upon me? No, that shan't do." And he's going to look into your eyes. Against you. He goes, "I sense fear."
Great, dude.
Perfect. You see him trying to bend you to his will, but luckily, what pushes Crash through here? What keeps him from succumbing?
Crash will just audibly say, and while he's still friend, he'll audibly say this, and the party can make of it as it will. And he'll say, "Anything, monster man, brother I've ever killed has been done of my own will, and that shall not be taken from me."
You see, he growls at that, and he is going to maneuver himself back here. You see the spawn howl out with just rage. The first one is going to leap and head over here, making its way in front of you, Crash. Claws just out. It is going to lash out first with its fangs.
Damn.
And then with its claws.
Hey.
As you see, the claws bounce off your armor, but the fangs are able to bite and sink deep as he takes out 17 damage from you. That spawn. Belric, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna begin my turn. And I'm going to use Hunt Prey on Vampire. This will be a little bit different than usual, but I'll kind of take a look over at Wisteria. Like I've got we hatch something up prior to coming in, which is something usually Belric doesn't do.
Yeah, as you line up for that shot, I'll give you advantage with an inspired stratagem.
Sweet. So I will fire. I will use. As I draw back my bow, and I'm going to use my my wyvern poison. So I'm going to take 2 shots at this guy. This will be
So
the first
Asteria
one.
did tell you that he was immune to poison.
Ah. Okay. So I won't use my wyvern poison. Thank you.
Very briefly, I want to bring up a fun fact that I think makes Alchemist the class really cool. It knows in its poisoner subclass that most things are immune to poison. So if it's immune to poison, it becomes acid.
Oh,
I don't know that I've got that level of.
yeah, you don't have the alchemist.
Okay. Here's my first shot.
Damn!
Sweet.
That wasn't even. That,
Do I bother? I don't even have to bother doing.
So you can't go better. You can't.
Yeah.
hey, double 20s is still something to brag about, Lance.
Yeah. I feel like I might want to. I feel like that's relatively low, but yeah.
Oh my goodness!
corrosive
You rolled
arrow, so-
1 for almost everything.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'm gonna. Can I redo that?
You can spend a hero point to redo damage if you like.
Yeah, that's what
Did
I
it
meant.
include your hunt, the edge, the precision?
Got that D10 in there.
Yep. Should've.
D10 is for deadly, from the
Oh,
short bow.
yeah, it doesn't have it. It's supposed to be 2d8 now too. Anyway, yeah. So, when you click it again to roll, make sure you click your hunter's prey thing for him too, or your what's it called, precision.
Thank you. I have it selected on my character sheet, but I have to select it in the roll, so that was a mistake.
Okay.
Cool. All right,
Oh,
that's a
there
little
we go.
better.
There.
Okay. Hell yes. Some of that is like poison though, because I've got the corrosive, so I don't know if that will be reduced.
Corrosive's acid is enough.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you heard him. He was looking bloodied before that arrow sinks in. Some of his natural vampiric resistance kicks a bit, but he is looking extremely hurt.
So he takes his first shot after like nodding at Wisteria, and she kind of gives him a nod like, hey, target here, and he hits directly where she had done it, and then this will be his second shot. That should hit, and that'll be his damage. Okay. And then for my third and final action, I am going to command animal. I'm going to have Bear stride up here. And then he's going to attack one of these guys, the one on the red carpet, with a Jaws attack.
All right.
That's my turn.
Perfect. Callie, yep.
Very briefly, I want to bring up something that was posted to the Discord just now from Wisteria's player Carissa, and that is, we can pretend Wisteria helped, but with that net 20 was before advantage, that was just Speller's raw skill.
Calistavaria yells to Crash, go get him. Dura and I have got your back. We'll take care of the small fry. And I will do Lightning Bolt. Starting with this one.
All right.
Or Chain Lightning, not Lightning Bolt.
I figured.
By the way, if you pass it through Crash does not only have a bonus to reflex saves, he also has resistance to it, thanks to his back math.
If you critically succeed on the reflex save, which you're likely to, the lightning stops.
Oh, never mind.
So then I'll do this and those three only. I'm purposely choosing to not go after him or Lanson because they're kind of using the hostages as human shields. So it's just the three down below.
All right. 2 will fail, 1 will succeed.
Okay. All right.
Holy cow.
And then Dura will act it together to move up, and then last action Dura to attack this one with reach. Selected and whoopah.
Nice.
That's our turn.
How does
Take
Dura
the
take
small
this
fry.
thing down?
Oh, there is the crackle of lightning paralyzes it, and it can't react as Dura's tendril just squeezes it apart from the middle. So two halves down on the ground. That's my turn.
Nice. All right, one of the spawn is up. It is going to aid its master. Actually, no, it's gonna stick messing with Bear. It is go. You see it run up and just try to sink its fangs into Bear.
Rallying Anthem. Oh wait.
Why did he get Rallying Anthem?
The target. Oh,
Bear
it's
had
highlighting Rallying Anthem to show
Avoided
that
a crit?
because of it. Yeah, it didn't crit, but it's
Okay, nice. Yeah, so you see it ram its fangs into Bear, and it spins in action, drinking Bear's blood, or trying to drink Bear's blood. It's going to try to. It will succeed. So on a success, you're drained 1, and the spawn regains 12 HP. So you see it bite in, drink some of Bear's blood. You see some of its wounds begin to heal, and then it's going to lash out again with the claw, and it will miss with crit miss due to Rallying Anthem. The Rallying Anthem's coming in handy. Or it doesn't really matter for attack, but it's just changing outcomes here. All right. You see this woman, fear in her eyes. For a moment, she was rooted in place, but she is going to spend an action to walk across the bed. And you see that knife that she was clutched utterly in hand. You see it go to stab. As she tries to stab the other woman.
Huh?
She will miss her first strike. You see, she stabs out. The woman's able to dodge. She tries to stab again and misses. And you see just pure panic and fear upon her face. And you hear Lonson call out, "They'll kill each other if you don't leave us alone." The spawn is up. He is going to he's going to move up towards Crash and lash out with his fangs, followed by a claw. Oh, followed by a drink blood, actually.
Oh.
What blood?
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, so you really can't drink anything.
Oh, nice.
Actually, I'm gonna immediately correct myself. Crash is not immune to effects like that, so it's usually. I think it's directly says like, oh, it's like the magic instance that keeps him alive or whatnot.
Right.
Effects like persistent bling and whatnot. I
That
shouldn't.
will miss. That's surprising damage from this one, but a 36 as he claws
Holy cow.
or bites into you, sinking in through your armor.
Missed. I beg for the healing.
You see the other commoner, same stricken look upon her face as her arm moves of its own volition and stabs out.
Is it possible for me to have cast Rallying Anthem on both of them as well?
You'd have had to call that, unfortunately, but she lashes out and stabbing in. Unfortunately, that will hit. You see this woman is barely upon her feet. She stabs again. Crit miss. Was it 2 or 3? That was 2. In last action, she will hit. You see her stab out, and you see one of the women go down. Just blood-soaked falls to the ground. Her breathing slowed. Will, you are up.
Oh boy. I would like to attempt to oh man, I had a plan and then I changed it just now. How far away is she from me? 50 feet. That is too far. Do I want to spend my whole turn on this? On saving the lady? I might.
Okay, there's gonna be all I'm going to say is Crash has a look in his eyes, and I will say nothing else. Choose your
Crash
turn
said-
as you will.
Crash said it was collateral damage, so he doesn't. That's the look in his
I-
eyes that I
I
heard.
have a turn locked in, guaranteed, prepared, already locked and loaded. Whatever occurs, however it occurs, Crash has something he's about to do.
That gives me no clues whatsoever. All right.
It doesn't?
I have no idea what you're doing.
Well, that put him in the same spot as Will, so that's perfect. Outside of that dangerous look in Crash's eye.
All right. I am going to. Well, there's no way she can stab. She's not. The woman's already dead. She can't kill her again. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to cast. Oh snap! What's it called again? How far away is he? Exactly how far I need him to be. I'm going to cast. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do something a little weird. I'm going to cast Spiritual Guardian.
Okay.
Actually. And I'm just going to, once again, Will shouts at the top of his lungs, Rashanael, and then a name you can't remember. And she is going, and he's going to say, protect that woman. And so Rashanael is going to appear here and keep this woman safe, hopefully. Using the protect version of that spell. Let me see can I drag the token? Yes, I can. Huzzah! So any damage that she takes is reduced by 10.
Perfect.
And then for my last action, I cast Dura. I am going to cast Message on Dura, amped Message specifically.
Nice. I think we'll take that opportunity to strike right here.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
How does Dura do one?
I think the same. Yeah. Lightning shock, paralyze, and then.
Perfect. Wisteria, you are up.
All right. Free action, devise a stratagem on Lonston. All right. I'm not attacking him this turn. I'll use a recall knowledge on this vampire spawn. Try to figure out its weakest saving throw.
Unfortunately, you come up blank.
All right, so those are free actions. I will stride to start getting closer in case battle medicine is needed. That's my first action. And then my last two actions. Actually, can I do enemies within? How far did I move? Sorry. That was 30 feet, and I have 10 feet left of movement. And that puts me... Okay, I'm going to try going here. That puts me in melee. But that's not close enough. Okay, never mind. Forget all that. I'll stay here, and I'm going to do a... Where is the thing? Parting shot on Lonson. So he's off guard against that attack. And
The link I'm gonna post.
I think you didn't you say you can't attack him because of the device stratagem?
oh, right.
Yeah.
That is yeah. I'll do it on this one instead.
Okay. That'll hit. Nice.
Oh, actually, that used the divisor stratagem. I'll just throw a d20 to see if it changes it. That would probably turn it into a crit.
That would turn it into a crit.
Okay, so
Sure.
48.
Nice. He's bloodied up. Gonna see numerous bits of ichor just leaking out of him from the different bolts sticking out of his flesh.
And that's my turn.
Crash, you're up.
Crash is going to draw his shoulder-mounted ballista rocket launcher. Second action is to activate the ammo. Third action is to strike at Lonson.
Okay.
And so, like, in this look in his eyes, you can see this mask he's had of rational thinking just completely just shattered. And it is pure instinct and fear. It's just and he has it fire out. For oh shit! Ah.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
So that's not all. It used explosive ammunition, which explodes.
Uh-oh.
okay,
10
10
foot
foot
burst.
burst centered on Lonson. I think that'd be about there, wouldn't it?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay.
Collateral damage.
Well, he's dead before the thing explodes.
Unfortunately,
I
that
should
doesn't
say
make it.
his body falls before the thing explodes. Vampires have a weird little bit on that portion, but luckily that fire will do him in on that side.
Yep.
It will be down there.
This goes in a little bit on how Crash does indeed know a bit about vampires and
they
his
need
fear
to-
of them.
I guess she could change this outcome a bit.
Oy.
Ooh.
Oh God!
Okay. So how much
Okay.
does Ranael protect for? Is it just 10?
It reduces the damage by 10.
Okay.
I don't think that's enough.
I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, so how does this explosion look going off?
With the ellipses, it's not even barely. It's just barely. What the fuck did you just do? So Crash, it really is just like instinct intuition that like anyone who masters perception, so Belric and Steria both would see this clearly, like entirely. This just like cold mercenary mask he's been wearing for so long is just gone. You see him for what he is. In this moment, it is irrational fear, emotion, anger, rage, and everything in the spectrum that drives him. And he just no care for the civilian casualties, the loss of life, just launches a missile with the equivalent of point blank into a vampire, which explodes. The missile itself, I imagine, just rips through Lawson's heart, and as he turns to vapor, explodes, catching and incinerating both the women.
Unfortunately, you see that blast go through as Lonson's body falls and starts to evaporate. The flames burn it through before he can get out. You also see the right side's books are gone. That a good chunk of the left side too. But you see the two women, one of the bodies falling on the ground, the other in terror, almost shrinking towards the image of Rashanael for protection, but the angel's power is not enough. And unfortunately, the explosion catches her too, leaving ashes only behind.
I will clarify something. Crash's eye, his monocular eye, this never, after the explosion, never goes to the two bodies. It stays exactly where that vampire was and does not move it yet. And that will be Crash's turn.
Perfect. Do you guys want to narrate beating these down, or Belric and Callie, do you want to get some rolls in?
No, I'm good with narration.
Yeah, I don't need
Callie,
to.
how do you finish these last two then?
Go ahead, Kelly.
I think Dura grabs. Whoa. Sorry. Yeah. Dura goes over here, grabs this creature, but the top half, and then Bear mauls out the bottom half.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm really into the splitting in half today.
Yeah.
But hey, that is what happens. It's a science. So, and then like we'll rush over, and Dura will like hold this one down while everyone else just takes it out.
Yeah, Belric would fire, if it's grappled, Belric would fire some arrows at it, and lethal arrows, and take it out. Some flaming arrows as well. Make sure it's down.
Perfect. You all look through. You see that the threat has been handled. You've taken.
Not yet. Not yet, it hasn't. Not in Crash's eyes. Sorry to cut you off, Tegan. He will also, before it's all over, activate his blast foot for his inbuilt flamethrower and torch the spot the vampire was where he's standing, which unfortunately would also catch one of the corpses of the women to make sure that vampire dust is since gone, completely gone, and his eye just stares at the spot, never moving away from it. He doesn't until the flamethrower runs out.
Yeah, Will is gonna. First of all, Rashanael turns and you can't see her face; it's too much light. But she turns towards you, Crash, and gives what you might guess is a judging look before she disappears again. How do I actually do it? I can't. It seems I can't. But I think Will's gonna cast command on you.
Valid, fair.
Just say, Crash, stop.
I won't even roll the will save. It is that immediate. Like he pulls back for a second. The ballista goes back into his shoulder. His the gun part of his arm locks back in. Basically, all the weapons he has part of himself all just go back into him, and he stands up, and his eye whirls over to you. Still no words.
Belric would approach, understanding, not fully understanding, but realizing, hey, this is some shit. And he would just kind of, place his hand on his back and be like, it's over. We need to collect ourselves right now.
I have to make sure They come back from previous wounds.
I have a spell that can bring people back to life, but it only works as a reaction. I forgot.
To be fair, that would have been a really big, like, what the fuck moment and it would make sense. Will would, like, be like, what the fuck? In that instance.
I think it has a 30-foot range if it makes you feel better for the resuscitate, or basically whatever the thing is, let you resuscitate people, pretty much.
Breath of Life has a range of 60 feet.
Oh, is it 60 feet? I thought it was 30. Oh, yeah, you could have done it. Yeah.
And Rashaniah looks at Will disapprovingly.
Yeah, because I measured it out at 60 feet fits because I was like, oh yeah, your light covers it up. We don't have to do any light rolls for this. Oh, but, yeah, that's rough.
Wisteria is still a little nervous. Can I maybe throw down a recall knowledge, or even check and see if any of these books have anything about vampires to confirm if Crash's flamethrower is plenty enough to ensure that Lonstan
I mean, are they just
will never
ashes?
be a problem again.
Are they ashes at this point, or is there any sort of?
Yeah, so all three bodies are just straight ash at this point. From your other success earlier, Wisteria, you would know that they're not able to regenerate vampires from this. Looking back at the left side of the bookshelf, you see actually, I don't know if Wisteria would be interested in this. He's not he's not reading for knowledge. He's reading for entertainment. You see a lot of just bawdy novels on there, think a lot of airport novels. What you find there, this is what he reads for his entertainment literature, kind of across the shelves.
Books are books. I'm taking them back to the balancing act. Shall be read.
Yeah, you see, the threat of Lanson is gone. You've avenged Chris. The Tufessian woman paid the price during the encounter. Within this crypt, within this kind of hold-up room that Lanson had hid out for the rest of the weeks, is there anything else you want to do before making your way back to Kata?
Crash is going to set explosives to bring this place down after he already gets setting. He doesn't. You would see him as he starts again. He doesn't even regard the ashes he's made.
Crash, what are you doing? Do you think the cave is a vampire?
If it's home to one, it could be home to another time. I'm not taking chances.
Are you gonna? I suppose you'll bomb every cave on the way back to Kata as well, to Krenta?
Callie at this point intervenes and she says, let him take his anger out. We can evacuate. He just needs time to.
I think he got plenty of his anger out on those two innocent women. I think he should be fine by now. He's got plenty of death and destruction here, I think.
Acceptable losses for the death of a vampire.
We will. Well, we can discuss that on the ship. For now, I think the rest of us just take the bodies out, let him destroy the cave if he wants to.
Are you sure? This is a strategic position. Could be a good fallback point for the Baron's forces should we need it.
Yeah.
I do not want this damnable place on this damn island.
But there's no way he's ever coming back here. So, just let him tire himself out.
All right, shoot yourself.
Whatever.
And Duran, Bear, maybe, or Callie will take the two women's bodies out.
The dust?
It's just ash.
Oh, right, yes. Okay, never mind, yeah.
But you guys are able. Go ahead.
No, nothing.
You all are able to clear out as Crash finishes his last bit of preparations for the explosions that he's setting off. And that you're able to clear out of this cave, kind of once again getting into the fresh air and seeing the sun shining down upon you when you get back into the kind of the greenery of Kata. Crash, how does that explosion look for the cave as you walk out?
It is a burst of lightning, this arc of thunder that deafens. Crash can use a variety of things. He uses fire, he uses acid. You've seen some of his stuff. The thunder part of that's new. Just it is loud to make sure to his ears it's been done. And the lightning part of it is more so that anything else that could have been burned but was fire resistant is burnt. And he just, like from afar, sees it happen. And for the first time, it's a very slow blink. Since he laid eyes on that vampire, probably the first time he has blinked. He takes a breath in, lets it out. And other times you've seen him get like this, there's usually this big scream or explosion after. No, not this time. He seems satisfied.
Elric would approach Will, who he views as one of kind of the leaders since Jeet had been gone, and less analytical and Hysteria. He'll be like, "This can't get out. The gavel was part of something like this. I don't know what we need to do with Hysteria's notes. We need to make sure those vanish. And we can't have a wild card like this with our we can't have this sort of thing happen again. So whatever it is, like, we need to address it with Crash before, again, like, more innocent lives are lost." And he would just like say that in confidence away from everyone to Will, as like everything's blowing up or whatever.
Will looks so angry that he just says, all he says is, "Unacceptable."
Unacceptable is right. There's something obviously deeply rooted here. Crash has been there for us, and we're here to avenge a fallen gavel. But his hatred for vampires, or fear, or both, it needs to be addressed, and we need to make sure that, again, like something like this where innocent lives are fallen, like this gets out, our reputation is going to be skewed.
Will takes a deep breath and just says, "No one will know."
I trust, whether it's you and I, or we'll need to address this with Hysteria and her notes at some point.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't think we can talk to her out of this kind of thing. Maybe we just take it. Who knows? We'll see.
Aye.
Perfect. Well, you all are able to, I imagine, have a pretty awkward 2-day hike back to the city of Kata, or sorry, the city of Kata, the city of Krinta, as you all make your way back and see kind of the city very, very slowly beginning to be rebuilt. Crash, go ahead.
I have a question. How obnoxious are the mechanical birds, if at all obnoxious, as we're making our 2-day trip?
Oh, kind of the birds in the sky?
Yes.
You barely notice them unless you look for them. They're not trying. They're not trying to be in your face, but anytime you look up, you do see them. Or see it, I should say. It is just one bird at the moment following you.
Understood. I kind of expected him to be like over the top with it. All right. If it's just being as it is, kind of out of the way, if you're not looking for it, you're not really going to see it, then I got nothing to add to that part.
my
Oh, go ahead.
sorry, my final question, and maybe it is when we get back, but like I guess this is almost for Wisteria, but like when she submits her notes, like how is that done?
I mean, she has notebooks she carries on her person. So she tries to, or have Whisper write stuff as while adventure as fresh in her memory as possible. And then she has a catalog on the balancing act of all the past notes, lots of backups and copies to ensure redundancy. So it's just sort of a process of taking like the day's notes and then making those copies and then using her very complex sorting system to make sure it's all organized. But other than, unless either members of the Gavel go looking for them or she like has an opportunity where it seems beneficial to like share notes with outsiders, like nobody's really has access to that otherwise.
Okay, good to know.
So yeah, she's not like immediately sending it out to people, but there's been times in the past and probably times in the future where it's like, oh, this person seems distrustful of us and I want to make their friend. I'll just give them all of our notes and let them have their way with it. So
sorry, what
that
are
might happen soon, might happen.
Yeah, and my last question, and this is just I don't want to convolute things, but like what are our three like credos, or like protect the innocent was one, right?
Protect the weak, fulfill our contracts, create and strengthen connections between diverse folk.
So on the way back, sorry Tegan, but like on the way back, I want to just like kind of nudge Wisteria and be like, hey, like what happened there? What do you think?
Well, Crash has approached me in the past regarding some of my decisions that he didn't think wise of, particularly when it came to our interactions with Mockery before he joined. He didn't seem to think too highly of him. And so with that in mind, it's hard to see this as a failure on Crash's part. I think she would say something like, even when I accidentally take lives, it's still for the greater good of the Gavel. But there was a recklessness here that I think will lead to problems in the future. And if you have any ideas as to a course of action we can take to rectify this behavior, I'd be happy to assist.
I haven't thought that far ahead, but I agree that Crash is a powerful ally to have, and we need to rectify this rather than shun him away. It seems to be right now limited to vampires, which hopefully we're not running into too many of them. But again, like this recklessness can't be publicized or encouraged, and I'm even concerned about your notes if Eshnet were to read them or someone else in the Gavel after we return and tell them the good news, right? Welcomed good news about some of the avenging that we've done of our team members like Jeet and Chris. These should be viewed as victories, and I fear the innocent lives lost may discredit some of the work we did. So I'm not sure if that's something that you can leave out of your notes or something we can simply avoid telling folks telling the members of the Gavel and others when we return.
I mean, what I fear is not sharing the truth of what happened with Beshnet and the other members of the Gavel, and then them being collateral damage in the next encounter because they weren't properly informed.
Collateral damage with Crash?
Yes. If everybody is aware of his mistakes, they can better prepare to avoid them, and that'll lead to less problems in the future.
If we address these issues with Crash, and they don't become issues in the future, then maybe we don't need to publicize what happened.
If you can figure out a way we can confidently achieve that, then I will leave that information out of my notes if it's no longer valuable. But I look forward to hearing your ideas on that front.
Belric's gonna shrug and just be like, all right. I'm gonna result to thievery. Go ahead.
Don't go further than I thought he would with this topic.
Yeah.
Tell you what, yeah.
Willing to hear an argument at least.
Yeah. All right,
This is
sorry
about
about
to
that.
be, whoever confronts Crouch, whoever it is, this is about to be a very fucked up interaction with Crouch.
I've been trying to get some people. I've been trying to get some guys in my team. But yeah, I mean, I think like it needs to be addressed at some point. But yeah, I'll kind of leave it at that as we're heading back to the city. Like those are the folks I wanted to talk to about it.
Okay. I think a day after that happens, Callie will ask Crash to. No, Callie will tell Crash to set an appointment with her for a session.
And there's a long pause. Shall talk to you about my father rather than what happened this day. Yesterday, I haven't slept well. Fine. I'll give it to Asteria's people.
Whatever it is you want to talk about, we can talk about. After all, don't all of our problems originate from our predecessors, progenitors, she says, and like in the background, Dura just like is unsummoned.
You're lucky I've met necromancers in the past, or else I'd be greatly uncomfortable.
We can talk about that as well. And she
Perfect. Well, you guys are able to make your way back to the camp. Pretty much, you have a kind of a little bit of a time, about a little less than a day. You get back about midday. You know, you're leaving the following morning, heading your way into Apo. You've got time to kind of rest, repack your weapons, your gear, and get ready to make your way towards the city as the prefects will teleport you in. But before you all leave, as you all kind of go back and spread out amongst the war camp, Wisteria, you hear kind of the buzzing of a bee. And you kind of hear it buzz around your head, like kind of looking towards it, trying to find it. But as you look around, you do see kind of almost at your feet a note written on stationery from the library of Noticia, and you do see head librarian Olene's signature next to it, and it says very simply, "Go to the docks, examine the scout ship that recently came in from Apo. Do not bring your companions."
I don't think anyone else is around to kind of see, but Wisteria is kind of visibly excited to receive information from Noticia and Olene, and will immediately do as it says.
Perfect. As you head towards the docks within Krenta, you see like numerous kind of the warships that are kind of been stationed there, kind of hanging very close to shore to avoid the Acarian blockade. But one of the ships you notice, kind of almost listfully kind of coming into port very slowly, like not really maneuvering the way it should be, but bearing the colors of Kata, the purple and gold raised above. You see that ship kind of just slowly sailing in, and you do see it almost crash into like a very slow crash, but crash into the rocks near the docking bay of the city.
I'll head towards it, trying to see if I can see who's on it and any other details I can find out about like what it's been through as I approach.
Give me a perception check. Stare, you have a very keen eye as you take a look at this ship. You see it like no damage to the ship, or outside of the crash damage, I should say, no damage to the ship itself. It doesn't look like it's been through battle or anything. As you look about, especially when you're a little bit further away, you don't see any people kind of walking, like kind of manning the ship like they would be, steering and kind of raising the sails or manning the oars. You don't see any people moving at all. But your keen eye, you're able to pick out, even from a distance, you do see some bodies on the floor. The bodies, it's still from a distance hard to tell, but they clearly looked marked up with blood and bile from what you can see from your distance.
Does it seem like it might be some sort of like disease has struck them? Because I don't want to get too close if there's risk of an infection spreading.
With your medical knowledge, I want to have you roll. It does look like some type of illness has taken them. You'd have to get closer to examine and see what it is, but you could definitely guess an illness.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll probably get like something to kind of cover my mouth and like some gloves to be careful about it. But I think it's more important to figure out what it is, even if I do risk infecting myself, so that I can at least let others know to stay away. So I'll get closer to try to get a closer look and see exactly the nature of this disease on the ship.
Perfect. You're able to make your way to the ship, and you see as you get closer as well, kind of on the other side, the name of the ship, and it matches one that the scout from Oppo was traveling aboard back on. As you make your way aboard the ship, you see numerous bodies kind of sprawled through. They look like just emaciated, as well as you see kind of just bile and blood kind of scattered around as they've been coughing and almost trying to keep themselves alive. But you do see one person almost huddled up right next to the oar, or not the oar, the wheel of the ship. I forgot the name of that. You see him huddled right next to it, back against it. You hear him just coughing with this very wet cough as he holds his hand next to his mouth, and he looks at you with bleary eyes and he goes, "Are you real?"
Yes, I've been sent to help from Noticia. Please tell me about what's going on. And while I'm like conversing with him, I'm like using my medical kit to try to see if like there's anything I have on me that might be able to help him, even just to soothe his pain, if not actually treat the root cause. But also examining him and his symptoms and the way he's acting to see if I can figure out any more details.
Give me a medicine check.
Mm-hmm.
Solid. Taking a look at him, this is definitely the first time you've come across this, but you've read it in books before. You see kind of the blood and bile coming up from his coughs. You see this emaciated look upon his face, and you know too. Earlier last week, he was fighting shape. He just a soldier who had just infiltrated a different city, and he'd been pretty good health. But he looks emaciated, like he has been starving for weeks. And kind of putting that all together with the blood, the bile, the symptoms you've seen, this looks like one of Vincero's signature diseases. Vincero, the infernal lord of pestilence and apathy, or as he likes to style himself, the god of health.
The infernal gods do not yet disappear.
What happened? When did this illness come upon you?
2 days ago. It ripped through the crew. Nothing I've ever seen. It's dangerous. Actually, with that roll, I'll give you one other piece too. You do notice one of Vincero's marks for the pestilence and diseases he makes. This is something that needs to be treated mundanely. Magic, cure wounds, disease, those types of things is usually fatal for Vincero's pestilences. He likes people to use their wits versus their god to keep things.
Noted. Yeah, so yeah, I'm using like everything I have in my medicine kit to try to help him out as much as I can. Is this something that like, is there a known cure for this, or is there like with the proper facilities it might be treated, but like out here on this ship it's not something I can really do much about? Or
yeah, you would know you couldn't treat it on the ship. This would resolve a treat disease, kind of the mechanics on that side. So you would have to kind of move them to a more secure location. You do have time, but it would take 8 hours, that kind of treatment to kind of start, hopefully patch them up and survive.
You came from Oppo, right?
Yeah. Baron wanted us to get a look at it. Got just inside the city walls. Real weird stuff. Didn't see nobody, but saw a lot of people and soldiers just frozen in place. Got a close look at one. Seemed conscious, but couldn't move. Slowly talk to us, but couldn't give us really anything of note. Seemed a little delirious. But we had to get out quick, though. We didn't want to risk getting caught before we could get the message to the Baron.
And it was, I think Wissari would know, it's like more than a 2-day journey from Oppo. So I'm trying to like piece together the timeline and figure out like if this disease spread among the ship well after, or if we might risk running into this disease in Oppo when we head there.
Definitely, you would think that with them being on the boat on that side, and the boat usually you can get back within about 3 to 4 days, but it looks like it probably took them a little longer with the crew kind of succumbing to this illness. You would guess though that their exposure point was Oppo.
Okay, so there's potential for more of this there. So yeah, I mean, I'll spend the next 8 hours or so trying to kind of manage the situation. I'd probably, I mean, because my main concern is the disease spreading to Krenta, and I'm gonna, even if it requires like me staying away from the gavel for some time, like do what I need to set up like some quarantine locations, make sure the bodies on the ship are disposed of properly, and yeah, I'm trying to think if I have ways to like get messages to the rest of the gavel without like getting in contact with them. But I also want to make sure like the Baron's aware of this, because if this disease spreads into his army, that would be a huge issue. But I also want to make sure that if he has any other information to report, he should tell me. And she'll be very blunt about it. Like, look, I'm going to do everything I can to help you, but I don't know how much longer you have. If there's any information vital for the war effort, let me know, and then I can get that to the Baron.
You hear him cough again. Only other thing, giants somewhat blockading Oppo, but they keep a wide berth from the city. Not a huge force either. Just enough really to keep watch on the city.
Okay. We can figure this out.
But you're able to definitely kind of take him off the ship, but kind of set up a tent on the outskirts of the camp away from everyone else. Give me a medicine check as you try to treat his disease.
Nice.
You have a successful 8 hours on that side. You're kind of going through some of the knowledge you've remembered from hearing about Vincero's pestilence, kind of giving him tons of fluids, encouraging them to eat different foods, because you know that the disease is almost a wasting disease, causing people to burn away their stocks of calories and fat and muscle very rapidly. And you get him into a spot where he may be all right. He'll need more treatment. You'll need to have some other doctor help take over for you. But you get him into a spot where, actually, with continued treatment, another day or two, he may actually be able to kick the disease. But one of the things you notice too with this wasting disease and how quickly it eats through muscle and fat and all of that, he'll need probably, depending on how hardy he is, anywhere between from a couple days to 2 weeks to recover and kind of regain his strength before he could kind of join active duty again.
Got it. Yeah, because it cut out for me for a little bit earlier. I'm not sure exactly how much time we have before we leave, but I'll use as much as I can to continue helping him get better. But more important to me than helping him get better is making sure the disease doesn't spread. So I'm taking every precaution I can, like setting up signs around the tent to make sure no one approaches this way, using tools to sanitize myself and everything he uses as much as possible, and limiting my contact with anyone else, and using like handwritten messages that have been sanitized as much as I can to keep the gavel informed.
Perfect. As you work through the night and kind of near towards the end of the 8 hours, with still enough time for you to get some rest before the party's due to set to Apo, you do see head librarian, or like an image of head librarian Oline appear within the tent. And she looks at you and goes, and you can see her wings sprayed out behind her, her bee-like face and white robes just kind of looking at you with a look of expectation, almost like a professor, kind of ready to pose a lecture or pose a question to the student. And she folds her hands in front of her and goes, Wisteria, what are your findings?
This is a wasting disease created by Vincero. It's highly contagious. It originated in Apo, and this is the sole survivor from the ship. Fortunately, it crashed a distance away to where I was been able to, as far as I can tell, limit the spread of the disease. Obviously, by treating him, I've risked infection myself, but I think that's worth getting the information that he's recovered, as well as awareness of the disease to those who can help prevent its spread as well. The last thing this army needs is disease racking through it. I think he'll make a recovery. May take a few days, may take a couple weeks, but I have done everything I can with the resources I have without taking undue risk. If this disease is an Apo, then we need to be prepared for that when we go there, and I'm planning on using what limited time I have to gather some resources to help treat those in Apo once we arrive.
You see she gives you kind of a nod and a small smile, and she says, exceptionally done, Wisteria. You nailed both the outbreak point, the disease, And you kind of see her like look and almost examine the scout, and she goes, "And you've treated him well. I'm glad to hear that you are still willing to go to Apo, because that is where I'd like to send you, Seeker. Vincero's pestilence can be difficult to deal with, and we'd like to find what has brought these to the mortal plane, and if you can, find a way to remove them, and treat whoever you can while you are there. One tip I would provide you, just to help, and you see she goes, if you could, just draw a bit of his blood for it."
I'll do so.
She was like, "Do you have any skill in alchemy, Wisteria?"
I've observed Belric in his dabblings a few times. I have a passing knowledge, but it's not something I have much practical experience with.
She goes, "Well, take this blood, walk Belric through the medical pieces of this, but have him use his alchemy to make a vaccine. At least enough for you and your companions before you make way there. It won't fully protect you from this disease, but it will give you a bit of resistance."
That's an incredible idea. Thank you for this knowledge. It shall be done.
You see, she nods and goes, and you see, she starts to turn to leave, but she almost, you can see clear hesitation, no sense motive necessary, but she kind of like pauses, and then she you see the image refocus a bit before she kind of dissipates, and she goes, "I almost did not mention this, but I do feel you should have all the information that you can going into this. The Lord of Apo, his wife had caught some type of illness. He went to one of our temples for treatment, one of our great libraries, but unfortunately the practitioners that we had there were not able to cure it either magically or through mundane efforts. We've heard that he turned his back upon the healing from the divine at that point. I'm not sure it bears any relevance to this, but I feel it was information that I should share."
Thank you. I will keep that in mind and provide any information to you as well that I find in my time there that might be of use to either treating these diseases or helping the people of Apo have more trust in what Notisha and her followers are capable of.
That would be most welcome. And you see with that, she goes, "Well, I wish you travel well and find the knowledge you seek." And with that, she dissipates. And with that, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break, come back, 8:54, and then dive into the next bit of the adventure. So see everybody in the next 5-6 minutes, and we'll dive in.
After the break, can Craft
Welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of session 20 with the Gavels kind of gearing up to go out to Apo, where they've learned there may be a number of different things going on, from plagues and pestilence to infernal lords to the lord of the land, Lord Offen, potentially not treating his people correctly, and a missing operative of Vox Populi, and to also just escorting the young lord, Lytos Offen, into his own hometown to hopefully liberate it and utilize the soldiers that was found within the fight for Kata. Before we dive into that, I think the team did mention that they wanted to, or Crash wanted to mention, he wanted to get a team meeting. One thing I will say before that jumps off as well, because what day is it? It's the 26th, or yeah, the 26th of Thanen now, or 25th of Thanen now. So you would have heard about all of the different news, including Mockery's attack, we'll say, upon the Atarian Legion that left it decimated with only one survivor. So, Crash, I'll turn it over to you to kick off your meeting.
Crash would have gotten everyone together, surrounded them around the table, and he doesn't have a weapon pulled out, but you can definitely tell like he's a good bit ready for war. A certain look in his eye, and he'll just say, "There has been dreadful news afoot. Bellic, our home, the Dostan Federation, continues to fall to Ark." And he'll even not Callie about that, knowing the effects Ark has on the environment. Furthermore, the enemy you once broke bread with, the thing you once called an ally, that Mockery, has begun to slay some of our allies. As such, and given a certain amount of trepidation I saw when we faced the vampire scum, we need to have a talk on what we consider an enemy and what is the right amount of prejudice against that enemy.
Is Wisteria here or quarantined?
That's a good question. I imagine, Wisteria, you would definitely be able to make your way there if you want to.
I think she would, after having spent some time dealing with that situation, she's like fashioned like a mask that she wears and keeps some social distancing, but is there present with the gavel. She feels like she had mostly had the situation under control, but definitely wants to talk to you about that vaccine after we address what Crash has brought up.
Kind of on cue, Crash just gonna nod to Wisteria and say, "I've already talked to you about this, given you plenty of time to think. Who is your enemy? What will you do to them?" And there are 3 enemies I can point out that I feel we can all agree on. Firstly, the Blackfoot clan. They are a scourge upon Dosa, pumping out Ark, destroying the beauty of the land, and causing cruelty amongst the populace, making them fiends and twisting them to monsters.
Sounds like collateral damage to me.
Crash will take from his bandolier very slowly one of his guns and set it down on the table next to him with a little clunk, and then continue. Next is the giants. Bluntly said, they're coming for this land we now call our home. Land that was given to us. Giants and their monster hordes are just that. Monsters. There is a detail on them I will discuss briefly after we identify our enemies and can agree on them. Lastly, the Infernals. This truly should have gone without saying, but actual devils and demons are not our allies. Things that would possess you, worm their way into your minds, make deal with you to steal your very soul. And here they are, beating down our doorstep. In rare time, I actually read Wisteria's notes. Bit of a plague is afoot. And, as I said already, your Mockery which I still feel you've not done enough to denounce, is killing your men. Now, the most poignant thing about this I want to mention that will, in fact, come up, given what's happening, and not southernmost continent below Kutania. I won't even mention what's happening here in our now home country, and what's happening in my home country, Dosa. I'm talking about refugees, and what will be done about the refugees of our enemies once they eventually try coming knocking to come into our land, and what we'll do to them. And he gives the floor to the party.
Forgive me. It seems I might be misunderstanding. What the purpose of this meeting is to list our enemies? I don't understand.
Well, Will, perhaps you're one of the rational ones. But yes, this is something that needs to be done, apparently. We require our enemies to be listed. We need to understand what is acceptable force against them. And we need to figure out what we do when the enemy tries to break bread with us. And I'll make my point on it clear. We don't need to be opening our damn doors to devils, to giants, or to the Blackfoot clan.
No one here has done that in quite some time. It seems
That's
to me
the
that
issue. Some time. It shouldn't have been any at all.
All right. It seems to me that you are the only one that has difficulty identifying who their enemies are.
Crash takes a deep sigh and will very bluntly say, I am not sorry. I would have traded 2, 5, 10 lives to kill a single vampire, knowing what they can do. Before you throw your edicts at me, I feel as though the ends justify the means, that letting that thing live even a moment longer would be far more dangerous to any population.
All right. So you're saying that no matter who is harmed, as long as you are destroying your enemies, it doesn't matter what happens. All right. Well, I don't see then what you could possibly have to say about things that happened before you were here. Well, you were not here when Mockery was here. Now, I certainly have made it no secret. I did not like the way Mockery behaved a significant portion of the time. In fact, one might even say I am the reason he left.
Which is part why I call you the rational one. You, along with Belric.
So really your problem is with Wisteria then?
No, my problem is that you, devils, we are democracy. And despite there being 2 rational minds, now 3, that somehow, again and again, your votes seem to turn up wrong.
Oh, we lost him. I was like, wait, I was waiting for the end of that sentence.
Oh, he said wrong.
Oh, okay. I didn't quite catch the last word of that.
Who? Okay, well, there are stressors and pressures on the gavels right now, and maybe we should just. Okay, let's just say it. Crash killing the vampire was not wrong. But from what I have seen of the Gavels, they're not reckless. They're not reckless enough to endanger other people around them. Is that, she looks around at the others, is that what we're trying to request or demand or ask off of Crash? I think we are, right? That even when the ends are necessary, that a modicum of judgment be exercised.
Agniji left us with 3 edicts: protect the weak, fulfill our contracts, and create and strengthen connections between diverse folk. These edicts require precision and careful judgment to execute, and recklessness is the easiest way to break them. As far as I'm concerned, my only enemies are those who stand in the way of achieving these edicts, and I will break bread with anyone who helps me accomplish them. I think the people that Crash listed fall into that category of people that stand in the way of us achieving these edicts. And I have concerns that what Crash did in that cave may be considered a violation of the first edict to such a degree as to require some action be taken.
Crash would stand up straighter and just immediately snap. My actions, I already said, I am not sorry for. And the reason I called this meeting is so we can get one thing clear. When we go to Dosa, when we go to the Blackfoot Clan.
Because I don't hear anything.
He's
Oh,
speaking.
shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try refreshing. This has happened like 4 or 5 times this time.
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. We can hear you.
We can hear you. For some reason, Chris can't.
I'll pause the Crash's monologue until Chris gets back.
Go ahead.
Check.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good. So Crash would be going. The reason I called this meeting is so we understood something. Oh fuck, I skipped the first part, sorry. The first part is him saying he's not sorry for what he did once more. Snapping that and then continuing. The reason I called this meeting is so we can get one thing clear. When we go to Dosa, we're going there to wipe out the Blackfoot clan, to free that home of their taint. Same thing we're doing here in Kata, where we'll be removing the giants. Every giant from this land until they stop coming, no matter how big.
Aye. And what if the Blackfoot have the stone hearts behind them, just as the vampire did? Would you eviscerate them as easily as you did the Fessian? The Fessian girls that were behind them with the vampires?
It depends on how much arc they're hopped up on, if they can be saved.
What I'm learning today is that we have unrepentant murder of innocents in the Gavel of Eva Sarah today.
It is not a murder. I am a bounty hunter. I'm not some serial killer.
And what was your bounty on those 2 women? How much did you earn from them?
The death of a vampire. At least you can understand the numbers game of this. It's unfortunate when you can't carry the weight of a living bounty, so you just have to take the head, but it happens nonetheless.
I am not going to pretend that we, the Gavel of Eva Sarah, have always made perfect decisions, and we have not always done the right thing. We usually attempt to learn from our mistakes, or at least feel some modicum of regret when bad things happen to people because of our actions. If that is not going to be the case for you, then I find it difficult for me to continue working with you.
They were stabbing each other to death. They were already dead in the vampire's clutches.
They were
Well,
not.
all right. Well, the next time it's going to be me, so I think I should probably leave. Who knows when a vampire might appear and you decide that it has to be killed, and who knows who you'll have to slay to get them out of the way. I can't do this. I can't do this. Will is gonna grab his backpack and leave the room.
Will, limiting conversation.
Will would stop and just like shake his head for a second. I apologize. You're right. You're right. I know what you're gonna say. You're right. You're right.
Is he talking to Wisteria or Raphael?
Good question.
Go to Stereo.
Okay, yes, it's just a Will, limiting the conversation is not going to achieve what we desire any faster. As much as it pains you, you need to hear out what he has to say.
It seems
what
to
all
me
of us have to say.
He has
that we can all
exactly
agree
one
with.
thing to say. It sounds to me anyway, but I'm all ears.
And I think I might have lost Crash again.
Oh no, I haven't spoken yet.
Nope.
Crash would be silent for a moment.
I
Before.
don't see his video or anything though, so I'm not.
Oh, I had to turn that off because like it kept lagging me out, and then I couldn't hear anybody.
Chris, can you hear Burger talking?
No.
Okay, it may be why he keeps cutting out for you, but he's there. He's there.
We need to reconnect. Yeah, Wisteria.
Go ahead, Crash.
So Crash would just look to Will, and I hate how unapologetic it is, but I must stick to Crash, and he would just say, "I'm an explosives expert. You do what you can to minimize collateral damage, but there's going to be damage. This is war. We're fighting monsters. I don't like it. I don't like the death. I don't like that people die by either side. But what has to be done has to be done. Sometimes we let monsters live so they can face worse, by worse hands than Donna's. Sometimes by our own hands, we deliver some form of mercy or some form of collateral damage to make sure the job is done."
The collateral damage that happens wasn't necessary, and your callous towards it is what is concerning. Had you not done what you did, we could have got those people out there alive, and we could have killed the vampires all the same.
I wasn't willing to risk the chance.
Is this something specific to vampires, or is this a concern we're going to have in every battle we have?
No.
There's an innocent bystander nearby that you may not care about as collateral damage.
He would take a long breath in and out. I named who I will take this mindset with already. Giants. Infernals. I'm actually trying to blank. Fuck, what was the third thing he said? Giants, Infernals, and Blackfoots. Thank you. And he says Giants, Infernals, Blackfoots.
Well, you have tools in you have weapons in your arsenal that aren't necessarily as explosive. You have precision instruments too. Can you not favor them? She's turning around and trying to find a way to resolve this for now. She says, I mean, maybe you rely on those when there are bystanders instead of ones that explode outward. Yeah.
And kind of on cue, when you both say explode, Crash does. Not literally in this case, thankfully, but he would grab the side of the table and just flip it, toss it into the wall, and he'll just say, "Damnation, fine! Fine by you all. Fine by you lot, Gavels. And do it your way. Let's see how many more die by that way. Let's see how many more die by your softness. Jobs need to get done. And if you dance around the solution again and again and again, when you let it get away from you, see what it costs you. I'll do it by yours."
It sounds to me like you are proposing an amendment to the 3 precepts, the edicts, and you are asking that the first one be removed so that the second one is enforced even stronger.
Which would be protect the weak, which would mean that fulfill our contracts comes before protect the weak.
Is that yes? Yeah. So is that a proposal you are making, Crash? Because then that makes it a discussion about how the Gavels handle their contracts and their jobs.
It can still be an edict. I just find that completing the contract is more important. So I suppose, yes, to a certain degree I am.
Okay. And should that motion fail, would you still continue working with us?
There is a genuine sense of fear in his eyes when he considers not being with the Gavels. And it's not looking towards anyone in particular, it's this stare outwards, like this memory that he doesn't like. And he looks back. I will continue my work with the Gavels at a notably reduced capacity due to the limitations on myself.
A motion has been put forward. Does anyone second it?
This man is going to get us all killed.
I hate the Blackfoot. I hate the Giants. I hate the Infernal Lords. But protecting the weak must come first. The Gavels. What happened in that cave cannot happen again. I vote nay.
Okay, I think everybody votes that down. So, or actually, did Callie vote? Callie called for a vote. It's real politic over here.
She's in a rough spot right now. Like, she really needs Crash's vote to go to Dosa, so she can't risk him being kicked out, but she also can endorse the
ethics he's proposing of ends justify the means. It's a numbers game.
Yeah. So she's kind of she thinks that if everyone else, the other 3 just say no, she won't have to, because then, it's majority overrules anyway. Right. So Will and Wisteria,
But I think Will would actually save you in this moment and just look over Wisteria. And you?
Sorry, I've gotten probably less than half of this conversation because
Oh.
of audio issues. I heard a bit
I'm
about a
sorry,
motion
Chris.
to, I think, reorder the edicts. Was that
Yes.
right?
That's right.
Yeah, Wisteria would vote no to that. And she'll say that, Crash, you wanted to define our enemies, and I define my enemies as those who oppose or stand in the way of our edicts. And I'm open to negotiation, and should the vote pass, I will accept it. But your actions are putting you dangerously close to my definition of enemy.
Ooh.
There is a long silence for Crash. And for the Masters in Perception, a terrible consideration in his eyes as he sizes up the gavels in this moment. But eventually he relents and goes, "Damnations. Fine. Fine, I made of my word, I stick to it." And he looks to you, Belric, for you to continue.
He would just having that perception, like we can still prioritize the right enemies, and he would kind of look to Callie and Crash and be like, the enemies of Doza, the Blackfoot. We can still prioritize that as a team. We just can't let innocent bystanders be in the way of that. That would be his kind of way of easing it over.
To this extent, I can relent to the Gavel's edicts. And he stands a little straighter, his eyes narrow ever so slightly, and he says, "If it becomes my own ethics are too far aligned with Gavel's, and we do become enemies, just know I have not even shown you half of my bag of tricks yet. For now, though, we are allies, and I will limit myself even further."
If you wish to earn more of my trust back, I would recommend a catalog of the extent of your abilities. That would be useful information for the Gavel as a whole to plan ahead, so that we may better coordinate our efforts together.
No.
Maybe just not making threats might be a good first step. But what do I know?
Crash will mutter something under his breath, and it's something to the. It's not too loud, but it's something to the likes of, "Oh yes, Mister," and whatever the amount of your bounty is.
Okay, well, before this escalates, I think maybe we can stop for now. I think maybe those of us who aren't Crash can, for now, just see if this kind of action repeats again in the future when Crash isn't facing someone that has deeply hurt, or the kind of creature that has deeply hurt him before. See, maybe his judgment changes. And she turns to Crash. Just try and think through what you wanted to accomplish with this conversation. That is all. Maybe we just do the work for now, and if anything untoward happens, we'll talk about it then.
As Callie finishes speaking as well, you do hear the blare of not a war horn, but kind of the Baron's kind of summoning horn as well, indicating that it is time to meet up with the prefects and start the journey.
go.
Oh, saved by the horn.
With that, you guys are able to make your way outside of the camp, and you do see kind of scattered around a campfire. You see the Baron Royce next to him. You see both of the prefects along with the Adamantium Renegades. You do see the Baron gives you guys kind of a long look, and he says, "Morning, Gavels. See, I assume you've heard the news for the morning. But we do not have time to dwell on that. There will be a time for dealing with your former ally in the future. But now, are you ready to make your way to Apo?
Ready as we're gonna be.
Do we have some time to put that vaccine together, or is that something we should do along the way?
Oh, you would definitely. Oh, yeah, because the prefects are going to teleport you there, so you would definitely have an hour or so to put that together. You would need to spend what is it? 12 times 5? Oh, well, 12 times 6 gold. So be what?
72.
Perfect. So to get yourself some inoculations, but you would be able to kind of work with Belric on that side after he gathered the necessary materials to kind of build in that vaccine.
Yeah, Wisteria will pay for all of that and make sure everyone is adequately vaccinated.
And Belric, I assume you're bringing Bear with you?
Absolutely.
Sweet, yeah, so that'll be a vaccine for Bear, and Dura is a summons.
And actually, like, real small side, I did want to send Red back to Doza to like try and find out more about the Blackfoot and like my family specifically, just based off the news that we heard. So
Okay, definitely.
so just me and Bear now.
Perfect. You see Red kind of take off in flight. Perfect. You guys are able to go through and administer the vaccine. This will protect you for 24 hours as you kind of make your way into Apo. You do see as the Baron speaks, you hear kind of this clunking and armor come tottering up behind, and you see the young Lord Lytos appear, and he goes, "Well, I'm ready. Gavels, are you ready to come reclaim our home?"
That we are.
You see the Baron kind of give a look over to Lord Lytos, and then you see like a bit of concern, and he does address the group. Probably looking primarily at Wisteria here, and he goes, Heracles mentioned this earlier, but I must emphasize, we cannot afford the loss of another noble family. Please do with all due diligence to ensure that he comes back alive.
This, I look at this as an opportunity to show our devotion to our first edict as set forth by Agnijit Abe and honor his memory by doing so.
You see at that the Baron nods and it gives like he almost bows his head for a bit and he goes, "But I hope you make Agnijit proud." And he kind of looks at Lord Lytos and he goes, "Above all else, we need, if your father is alive, perfect, we need him back in health. But the thing that we essentially need is you alive as well as at the head of the army that your father has. The scouts indicate it's worth 3 battalions. If we can add that into our forces, we'll be first make up for the losses that Mockery caused us, as well as be prepared to take back the full city and island. But before you leave, is there anything else?"
I'll share what's left of that sample of blood and all the notes about the vaccine with the Baron to distribute to his doctors in case the disease should come this way. But let him know that we'll do everything in our power to take care of it in Oppo as well as our other objectives there to ensure that it doesn't pose a problem.
Baron nods. You kind of seem shaken, and he goes, "Appreciated. I'll get this broccoli's, and we'll ensure that our doctors and scientists begin working on more of that vaccine in case others need to go into Oppo or in case it does spread, as you mentioned."
Hear that, doctors and scientists?
Balric's moving on up. You do as he kind of finishes speaking. You do see Ezen, the prefect, kind of give a little bit of a strum to his lute, and he goes, well, my friends, this will be a one-way trip for now, but you can, I believe one of you all, was it Will that said that you can message, right? I believe that you have that magical ability.
That I can.
Perfect. Well, when you're ready for a pickup, message me, and I will be sure to come back and bring you back to the war camp. That way you don't have to hike across this whole island. But yeah, for now, we'll bring you out there. And Renegades, you are up next. Bringing the Renegades into the city of Kata proper. Apparently, the Baron wants them to do a little bit of rebellion in between the actual attack. But for you lot, you get to go to Apo. And with that, he does kind of reach out. It begins to kind of play this just exceedingly accelerating melody upon his lute. And you start to see as the melody increases, energy begins to spark off of the lute and begins to like arc out towards each one of you, begins to kind of spread, gathering you through. And you hear almost this crash kind of echo out across. You almost see more than, or feel more than see, this barrier being broken. And for a moment, the energy envelops through you. You're hurled into this chaotic swirl of energy, but then the energy begins to fade, and you hear the melody begin to fade back in the background as your eyesight comes back to you, and the teleport ends. And you find yourselves just outside the walls of Apo. You see ahead of you in the far distance a giant war camp with kind of some troops stationed out there, not really keeping heavy guard, but almost kind of in a blockading position of the city. And you see the city ahead of you. And they kind of teleport you on the close-in side of the city to the right side near the shore, providing you guys some cover. You see the walls of the city ahead of you, but you don't see anyone outside of the giants, outside of its walls. What do you guys do?
I feel so terrible for having to ask this. Mm-hmm. Can you very briefly remind me what our mission is? Keep this guy safe, yes, I know. But where are we taking him again?
So you guys have like a couple of different missions. I'll kind of go through from the one that the Baron gave you. The Baron wants you to take Lytos, figure out what is going on with his father. The scout found the 3 battalions there kind of stunned or frozen or some malady that struck them. He wants those soldiers freed. Lytos to survive and add them to his war band. They're going to go for the final push of the city of Kata. For you also with Vox Populi, they want you to find the operative not Jack. Jack was the operative that reached out to you. The other operative that is there, I'm probably blanking on his name or not, look it up in a second. But you find the other operative that is there, as well as uncover if and how, if he has been, the Lord often has been mistreating his people, Lytos' father, and kind of figure out if there is injustice going on with the people. And Jack didn't really give you a sense on how to correct it, but he told you to correct it if there was an injustice there.
All right.
And then for Wisteria, the Seekers, the librarians of Notisha, want her to go in and uncover if Vincero is kind of spreading disease through the city, and kind of uncover what is going on there and hopefully remove the source of disease.
Great.
Holy cow.
Well, I say our step one is to try to find this apparently frozen army.
before we go in with giants here, which was Crash's number 2 target. Crash, we need you to know. We need you to be able to. We need to be able to trust you and keep your cool. If we need to infiltrate beyond the giants rather than just face them head on. We have your word for that?
There's an uncomfortably long silence, and he doesn't even say it. He just gives the slightest of nods.
And given that our primary mission here is to protect Lord Latos, I would recommend avoiding any weapons or tools that deal collateral damage that run the risk of harming him.
Yeah, of course you can't harm me. I am a noble. I perish the thought.
That's what I'm trying to do. I say
Yeah,
yes.
no, that's, yep.
You know, I know the Baron told you all you need to keep me alive, but you know, I am the blood of the Offen. I will bring down lightning upon this. We need to have no fear while I am here. But you lot, you have to do your part, as you people do.
Bring down lightning. Do you have spellcasting abilities?
Yes, tell me more about this lightning.
I'm through my great grandfather. We do have a very bit of Sonda blood within us. I can call upon lightning when I need to.
Very good to know.
So Crash is actually going to hand him a bottled lightning bomb. The things he calls Saunders Smite, and be like, I got this formula from some Thunder worshippers myself. Yeah, in case you need it, you know what to do. Don't drop it. Not that you would.
Well, thank you. I've got my own magic. As I said, I'm an Offen. But yes, you lot. I guess you are patriculos or sirs of this land now, but we know the role you'll play. We will get here. We'll free my father. We'll bring the armies in, and it'll be a glorious day, eh?
Of course, my lord. Let's go. I think we have an army to find and free.
Perfect. You guys see the city walls ahead of you. What do y'all do?
All right, so we know that this city is mostly under the control of the giants, yes?
No, the giants are not in control. They are blockading the city. So they're on the outside blockading it.
Gotcha.
What Daryl kind of mentioned, I have some suspicions that either Vincero's disease or whatever has frozen the soldiers in place, which might be the same thing or might be different, have spooked the giants, and they are keeping their distance to avoid contracting that. So we should be careful as well as we enter, though we don't suffer the same effects. The disease, I imagine we have some protection against from the vaccine, but if the freezing effect is something independent, we're at risk until we identify its source. So I don't think we'll have many giants to contend with in the city, but there's a lot of unknowns here, and that concerns me.
Well, it seems to me that perhaps it's best to try the stealthy approach to get in. I don't see anybody blocking our path directly right now, but almost certainly there's going to be more. We'll find more as we get closer to the city.
Bellic, do you believe you can grab some impromptu ghillie suits for the less stealthily coordinated of us?
Some impromptu what?
Ghillie suits.
I don't know if that's I don't know what that is.
That could just be Sorry.
It's basically like the surrounding environment topped onto a suit, so if someone looks on the horizon, they don't quite notice you immediately. Basically, Crash is being like, survival or crafting from Belgium might help this situation.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
We can also just kind of try to follow an expert, and that could be the flavor for how we're doing it.
Oh, yo! I kind of forgot follow an expert was a thing we can do.
Perfect. So how are you guys proceeding towards the wall?
Yeah, so you mentioned there's like some cover in the area that hasn't teleported us to, so probably sticking to that. Wisteria will lead the way looking for locations to stay out of sight, because again, we probably not giants, but we don't really know what we're up against. But keeping out of sight and out of harm's way as we try to find a way through the wall. There's some entrance nearby and into the city before we find anything else of note.
Looking out, you see that the only way through the wall is the main gate, along with the kind of the cistern door next to it. To go through, you'd have to go around the front in view of the giants.
Noted.
How tall are the walls around?
Not especially high, about 30 feet.
Very briefly, you mentioned a cistern door, like we talking like basically a sewer system kind of door, or
more just kind of like a smaller door next to the big gate.
I see. Also, apologies, Ryan, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I don't think Ryan was saying anything, or Will was.
Oh, I was just gonna suggest perhaps how what do you think the odds are of us being able to just get over the wall without being seen? Away from the gate. Find a place that's less populated.
I have a potion of flying. I could go to the top and drop a rope down. And that might make things easier for people.
Yeah, we could that might be. See, if I fly, it's a lot very subtle. I could also fly to the top of the gate, but I'm going to be glowing if I do that. I think your method, it might be a little bit more stealthy.
All right, so yeah, we'll try to get up against the wall without being spotted by any giants. Just the nearest section of wall that's out of the giant's line of sight. And then Wisteria will down a potion of flying and head up to the top.
Perfect. Give me a goose step check as you guys make your way without being seen. And you guys can follow the expert if somebody is expert or higher.
I am expert in stealth. I don't know if anyone else is higher.
We will follow the rogue.
All right.
Actually don't know how follow the expert works. I can't remember the last time we did it.
So with that, thanks to your allies' assistance, you can add your level as a proficiency bonus to the sorted skill check if you're untrained. But if you are trained, you gain a circumstance bonus based on your allies, or actually, either way, you gain a circumstance bonus based on your allies' proficiency, so you get a +2 bonus to your roll.
All right.
I think most of you guys are trained in stealth outside of Callie and Will.
I'm gonna use a hero point on mine.
All right.
To me, this is important enough. I'm going to use my once per day incredible improvisation to try to boost my roll. Here we go.
Oh, and Tegan, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna make uncover the source of Vincero's disease one of my leads for investigator archetype.
Perfect.
Also, very briefly, while this is like lol, I want to very quickly apologize for making another character with the controversy, bringing another like big argument to the table. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Come to expect it.
No!
It's fun. It's fun.
Perfect. Well, luckily, you guys are able to move quickly and stealthily. Oh, well, even with Callie on that side. Luckily, Callie, they are still. Oh, actually, you didn't add the bonuses. Oh, you get a +1 from your follow the expert, and then I think they're supposed to be your level too. So you should be good as well.
Okay, great.
With that too, as you all kind of begin to stealthily make your way towards the wall, Wisteria, you're able to easily kind of chug the potion and begin your ascent up towards kind of the top of the Apo and wall. As you look down, you see your party on one side, but on the other, you see just it's weird because you like you'd expect there to be a smell. But it's like probably like one of the few times like there's just not really a smell on the other side of the wall. It's almost sterile on that side. As you look through and look over kind of the walls of the city, occasionally you'll see people just literally frozen in place. You just stopped in. One looks like he was at the time whatever happened. It looked like he was in like the midst of fixing a wagon wheel, and he is just crouched down. And even as the time you're watching and probably lowering the rope to your companions, and as they start to climb up, not a move, not a trace of movement on that side. One thing you do see as the rest of the party begins to climb and starts to make their way up the rope, you hear a bit of a like with how quiet it's been on this side of the wall and how sterile the air is, you do hear a bit of commotion. It sounds like first kind of like almost an explosion, and you see a bit of fire trail up, and then you could kind of hear the sound kind of a little bit further within the city of Apo of something running and something chasing it. You could kind of guess like from your viewpoint, your kind of your, I think, master level of perception on that side, you could hear it kind of coming towards like the southern edge of the city, towards where the gate, the main gate opens at. And you hear just kind of that commotion, sounds of clashes and sounds of fire coming from that area. And as the rest of you guys are able to climb up and hear that as well. What do you do?
Roughly how far is it? Like,
it looks like it's a couple 100 feet. You guys would have to hoof it there, but it'll take you probably 4 or 5 minutes to reach it from your position once you climb down.
We should go investigate, but we shouldn't rush things. Again, there's a lot of unknowns here, and I urge caution. And my intent is to head in that direction, but keep an eye out on things along the way and see if I spot anything related to any of our missions.
Yeah, I guess I was
trying to let that keep us distracted from anything we might miss on the way.
From an auditory perspective, is there anything like specific, I guess, we'd be able to make out of it?
Definitely, you and Wisteria with kind of your enhanced perception on that side. It sounds like the first thing you heard, it's actually, especially you, Belric, on that. It sounds like quite a bit like a fireball spell went off initially. And you've cast those yourself. You know how that explosion sounds. It's very familiar on that side. Belric and Wisteria, you're both able to pick up. It sounds like partly heavy armor, and then you hear like this weird clanking too, like a lot of little things occasionally like getting fired off in rapid succession, and then you hear the chasing of other creatures following it, but those creatures don't sound they sound humanoid, like they're walking on 2 feet, but you don't hear the rustle of armor from your distance.
So I would explain, sounded like a fireball hitting metal chickens.
So it sounds like the crew is going to get closer, but kind of keep their distance to kind of observe or scout it out. Is that fair?
Yes.
That's what Sari's plan.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. perfect. You are able to make your way through the city, kind of hustling to keep up with the sounds of metal running, occasional sounds of that same clanking you've heard, bits of kind of clashing steel as well. One of the things you hear, though, as you get closer and closer, it sounds like the metal, the armor moving. It sounds like there's less and less people with armor moving. It sounds until eventually you get closer to your destination. You only hear one person with armor moving. You don't really hear the clash of swords or even the sparks of magic anymore, but you hear endless sounds of that clanking where it sounds like just something small hitting against stone and metal as you get closer. I'm going to use your stealth roll from the last time as you guys get a chance to observe here. You take a look out and you see kind of near the gate, looks like they just barely reached it, but you see kind of sliding down the gate, their back to it, blood clinging to it behind. You see a human male. Pale skin, shaved head, not wearing any helm, but the armor looks pretty familiar. It looks like Hell Knight plate. And you see him bleeding, slumped near the gate. But he doesn't catch your eye, really. The three other things there catch your eye. You see right in front of him, like crouched down, looking at him with this plague mask on his face, a human in a voluminous coat, carrying a long scepter that is tainted with this green ichor dripping from its from its point. And you see like this creature, you can't see its face, but you see it just leaned in, and even through the mask you can hear, or you can tell, that there's a hint of derision, and just clearly he's kind of talking down to whoever that Hell Knight may be. Behind him is two creatures out of Nightmare. You see they are clearly fiends, devils in particular. They have long green and black horns, virulent green skin, and you see there are protrusions all across their body that look like pus and boils, but they're holding themselves almost properly, almost like statesmen as they walk behind the man in the plague mask. But what really gets you, especially upon their right arms, is you see those same protrusions and boils like across their skin, but you can see peeking through them bits. Initially it looks like bone, but you can almost tell they are teeth. And you see them kind of protruding from like the right arm, just almost looking like they could be expelled violently from them. But you see those two flanking the plague doctor, and as you get finally close enough to hear, you hear this plague doctor just almost mockingly calm go, "Our Lord said he did not wish to see you today, Hell Knight. We are here to study. We do not care at the moment that your Lord Master Tomic does not wish us here, and you are unsuccessful in serving our master. Is the papers? So go to hell knowing that you have failed." And you see him about to raise that pointed scepter with kind of the ichor dripping off. Do you guys do anything?
Save the Hell
Firstly,
Knight.
I need to say this, Alan. We are so fucked. Taking two of them.
What is our buddy Lord Autos doing during all this? Is he like chilling next to us, or is he?
He is with you guys, slightly behind. Like he is like, who's the biggest nowadays? Yeah, he is probably Crash. So he is kind of like, actually no, Dura. He is behind Dura at this point, kind of like still like peeking forward. He is gripping his mace, but he is like trying to move forward very quietly with you all. Still has that same almost haughty look on his face, but he is directly behind Dura, having her block him from view.
All right, this is very important. Crash looks like, as this is about to happen, he looks like he's about to try and kill Steel. Does anyone stop Crash?
it seems to me that we have the element of surprise, and we should take this opportunity to attack. This is very much obviously something bad is going on, and I think this is it's best if we don't wait.
Yeah, Wisteria is lining up a shot at that apparently cultist of Vincero, but is not concerned about the Hell Knight.
Don't forget you had those wyvern poisons.
Crash is actively aiming at the Hell Knight with the Vulture Spit, ready to catch the Hell Knight and the other like Infernal together.
I don't have much concern for the Hell Knight, but I also like don't. I'm not aiming at him. I'd be aiming at the other three.
He's not a threat, and who knows? Maybe he'll be able to answer some questions if he survives this encounter. I kind of doubt it.
Collateral damage. I got a feeling.
We just had a conversation about it. Crash just agreed to something. You see him immediately like, that ain't collateral damage. That is the enemy pointing at the downed knight.
Is that the enemy though? Like, do we need to tell Crash what the enemy is? Like, we're all aiming at someone.
It's not a bystander.
I'll give this to Asteria because she would have had it written down. Mockery, before everything that happened with Mockery, was told that there was a rogue demon incursion within Thessia as one of his potential faction missions that the Hell Knights are supposed to shut down.
Gotcha. And would that be so? Does it seem like Vincero's like you said there were devils that seem to be that? Are those two distinct things in the way I'm used to from 5e, or am I?
Oh yeah, so I pretty much use them interchangeable.
Okay.
So yeah, devils for these ones. Yeah, Vinceros. I shouldn't clarify that. Vinceros are usually devils. Shinzos are usually demons. Makeshas are devils, and Rogues are usually demons. So there is a difference. I just forgot it myself when I was talking.
Okay. So with that information, we should say the mission that Mockery got was there were some devils that were
100%.
problematic. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think there's a little bit going through her head of like convenient that, or she likes that her goddess and Mockery's faction kind of gave them the same mission in a way, but yeah, she's gonna do her typical analysis and then fire a shot at that cultist of Vincero. So.
All right. Do you guys have time for another fight today?
Yes, especially because I know what the fuck those things are. Evil.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm personally not super opposed. Like, hey, if we get through 4 rounds and then we got to stop at the end of a round, I'm okay with that as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect. Spirit?
Yep, good with it.
Sweet. Let me activate this one. Have you guys roll initiative. Take a +2 to your initiative due to surprising them on that side.
For players who do not know, and the folks at home, and we got a ton of folks this time around, the reason I'm reacting in such way to the tooth devils, the devils with teeth on them, is because, well, it's about to be seen.
They're one of my favorite demons I've made.
I'm aware!
They translated pretty well to Pathfinder too, so it should be pretty fun. Oh, I gotta put a little Lytos on there too.
Oh, you done? Do that. Yeah, these are the.
Damn, Belric with the 42.
That works on it today. And yeah, don't forget to, if you haven't added your +2 as well. Let me do that to make it easier.
Unfortunately, Incredible Initiative is also a circumstance bonus, so it doesn't suck.
Is there any, like, as we're heading into this battle, I don't even know who I should target. So, do you have any insight here, Wisteria? That
Yeah, she'll mention the plague doctor's clearly an agent of Vincero, and that's my primary target. But I want to get information out of them, so I'm gonna might try to knock them out.
Okay. Well.
And the pestilence devils are definitely gonna be problematic.
Okay, Crash will hear that, and hearing Wisteria is going to interrogate this guy specifically, he'll pull back to that one specifically. Damn, Tegan, you weren't kidding. You have put him on the map.
Oh yeah, Lydos is here. Lydos is going to be a very significant piece of this. With that, Alric, first on that, you're able to quick draw, surprise the foes. What do you do with that first shot? You see ahead of you the two pestilence devils, the plague doctor, you see bleeding out.
Okay. I'm gonna begin by casting Hunt Prey on the doctor guy.
All right.
That Wisteria mentioned, and then I'm gonna take 2 shots at him. The first one is going to have my Wyvern poison on it, which don't forget you have 2 of, Wisteria.
All right. Oh, and but also, hey, as you do that, just because I really want this one to hit, because you got that special arrow, I'm gonna give you the shadow. Where is it? I'm gonna, as you're casting the spell, as you're shooting the arrow, you're casting arrow at this guy. I'm gonna cast shadow projectile.
And I'll give you an inspired stratagem since it's a new day, and I can use that again. So have advantage.
There you go.
So this is just gonna make wait, hold on, I forget. I've very briefly forgotten how this works.
Create an illusionary duplicate of your allies.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so the guy there has to make a will save.
Okay, that's 1.
We'll fail.
Hold on. This is Wisteria. Did you do your thing or?
I didn't post it. I got logged out of Foundry for a second, but
sorry.
It's just you roll your first attack with advantage. So
Yeah,
you can take the higher.
So would the off guard make a difference for a potential crit with the 35?
36.
That'd be 37. It would not.
All right, that's fine. At least he'll still take some damage.
Does he have to do a will save? So.
Well, he did the will save. He failed that. So
Oh,
will
gotcha.
Damage, and then you can give you some damage as well. Nice.
Okay, and then I also need to add my Wyvern poison. So he needs a Fortitude save, and it's another additional 8 damage.
Unfortunately, you see as like that poison enters his bloodstream, he seems completely unfazed.
Okay.
That's what I was afraid of.
All right. Well,
Second.
Oh.
Sorry, second one will miss, and then my third attack I'm going to use to command animal, and then I'm going to have Bear move forward, little buddy. How long can he move, actually?
His movement's 40, I believe, right?
35, so yeah,
Oh,
he'll
okay.
move up here 30 feet, and he's going to bite. Give him a little Jaws attack.
Nice.
Alright, I'm going to move back up.
And as Bear moves in there too, he can he feels healthy still, but he just feels like this just sickly aura emanating off both of these creatures. This the type of feel that disease festers in.
Okay. You know.
Alright. Pestilence Devil is up, and you see this thing almost gleefully look over as Bear runs into field. And you see he raises his arm, and you see these blisters begin to pop off on his right arm, and you see a tail of teeth arc out towards Bear. Give me a reflex save for bear as like this hail of teeth come bursting out of this fiend's flesh. Nice. So you will take, I don't know why I can't roll this both at the same time, but you will take half the 17 of the bludgeoning and then 8 or 9 of the poison damage as this hailstorm of teeth comes through and you start to feel just this virulent diseases start popping off within the area.
All right. I mean,
All right. Crash, you're up.
Crash is going to launch his explosive ammunition, one action to activate it, and other action to fire, at this fellow right here.
He's unconscious.
ooh,
He's bleeding
Well, that
out.
makes it more.
Yeah.
Oh, he's only. Okay, he's bleeding out. Got it. At this fellow right here, still catch him in the range of the explosion. Crash, Infernals are Infernals to him. This is not a good look right after what he's done.
All right.
That'll be a 42 to hit onto the doctor, not including the possible range penalty, but I do not think. I'm pretty sure
What's
that
the
this
penalty
thing
for that?
increments of 180 feet. Pretty good.
Perfect. All right. That'll be a crit.
All right, critical. One of the few things I have that does not have fatal, but it does have persistent bleed damage,
ooh, nice.
as well as explosions.
All right. He will fail, so he'll take that explosive damage. Unconscious. They still make a reflex save, but
Damn!
he shouldn't have had that. He should have had a minus of what's. I don't know why I didn't do it automatically. Spirit, you remember what the minus is offhand?
It could be a minus 10 and you still succeed.
I know there's -4 to AC. I don't know about reflexes.
Oh, do you really have full reflex when you're unconscious?
-4 to AC, perception, and reflex saves.
Okay.
He'd still crit succeed.
All right. Yeah. You see, like almost
Holy.
infernal magic come up and protect this Hell Knight. You see, like your fire goes off, and you see Hellfire kind of bubble up and protect him.
Damn. I guess this man living today. Crash will then drop Vulture Spit for reaction 2 and use his last action to draw out. Where is it? Obsidian's Edge. There we go. And that will be his turn.
Perfect. Hold on just 1 second. Actually, when I put that guy to 0, it moved him from his initiative. Let me put him back to his proper initiative. There we go. All right, Callie, you're up. That plague doctor is looking bloody, too.
Okay, Callie's just going to do some setup and see how this fight evolves. So we'll start off with tandem movement as go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, while Callie herself goes 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Oh shit, that's an aura. So 4 and
How do you
then
see the? How can you see this
5.
aura?
She feels like a you'll see it when you see it,
Oh,
like
okay.
once you start walking towards them, it shows up as an effect. And
Yeah,
there's,
now I
like, this
see Barry
wave
has
of
it.
nausea that hits her, and she she takes a step back. I think that's still within range for boost Eidolon, so action number 2 is going to be casting boost Eidolon with extend boost to try and increase its duration. So I will roll the nature check for my DC. I forget what that is, but I think I make it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So then we get boost Eidolon on Dura for 3 turns. and Dura will act together to then strike this creature. Oh yeah, that's what we love to see.
Nice.
We love to see that.
Yo. Now, Dura, I did put Boost Eidolon on you, didn't I? Come on. If you're next... Oh, okay, because that's not the effect. Okay, now it's there. And so now when I hit critical... Yeah, that's a boosted Eidolon.
Nice. All right.
Holy moly. 62?
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's... Wisteria, that's good to know. Thank you. So this creature is immobilized for 1 round unless it tries an escape, and clumsy 1 while it is immobilized thanks to the rooting rune, as roots emerge, or the tendrils that Dura attacks with, some of them cling onto it, holding it in place. On a shock... Okay, no other enemies within 10 feet. So yeah, that's all that happens. And then with my 5th and final action, I will use... Dura will use the knockdown to knock this creature prone. That's my turn.
All right, Wisteria, you're up.
All right. So I'm going to assume the Plague Doctor I get free Devise a Stratagem on because of my Pursue Elite is on the Plague Mensario is spreading here.
Correct.
So I'm going to free action Devise a Stratagem on him. Noted. I'm going to recall knowledge on the prone devil. Free action. And I want to know what immunities it has.
Disease, poison, disease and poison.
All right. Yeah, I'll let the party know that. So that was no actions yet. I'm going to use Analyze Weakness on that devil and then fire 2 shots at it. I forgot to reload from the last combat. Okay.
You got that wyvern poison.
It's immune to poison.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Alright, hold on. I need to... It's trying to force the Devise a Stratagem. Let me turn that off. Okay, there we go. Hey.
Yes.
That is a critical sneak attack, Analyze Weakness. Ooh,
Holy cow, dude!
Nice.
My
Yeah!
God! Big hitters, man.
And its speed is reduced by 10 feet. And its armor takes acid damage. Wait, and then... Is he within 10 feet of the other one? No, dang. Okay, I don't get the arc, but that's fine. I'll do a second attack. No. Oh, okay, I'll take it.
Both extreme.
Yeah, Wisteria is normally like in combat. She's like quiet, analytical, focused. But as she fires off these shots, she says, "The spread of your disease stops here," and seems to have some kind of emotion to her voice.
Crush approves.
The other Pestilence Demon is up. He is going to spend 10 of his 20 feet, or 10 of his 30 feet to go here, and then here. Oh, he's hoping he can get closer. He is going to, actually, he's going to start messing with Bear then. So you see him lash out, claws raised out. You see these claws are dripping with ichor. He slashes them across Bear. Luckily, the first one will miss, but he goes in for a follow-up strike. A crit misses. You see both of them as he comes flashing through. Bear proves too fast for him, able to just kind of juke and dodge. Is like almost pestilence dripping blows. Will, you are up.
Will is going to stride forward. I'm on the measure tool. I'm going to stride forward just to get in range of the bad guy. Going here, I think. Am I in range? Yes. Will is going to walk forward, get a better angle and distance on this enemy, and he is going to cast a spell on the Plague Doctor, casting Suspended Retribution. You all have seen this spell before. An orb of golden light begins to float maybe 2 feet above his head. And well, now you don't have to roll that yet, because I'm choosing casting a spell. So if he casts a spell, he will take 70 mental damage on a basic save.
Perfect.
And Will is just gonna say, "Your magic will not save you today."
Dare you?
Nice. You see that orb hanging above his head. The Hill Knight. Let's roll that through. You see blood begin to pour out of him, coughing up. He looks pretty near the end of his tether. Plague Doctor is up. Is he in range? He is in range. You see him bleeding and bloodied from this onslaught he's received. You see him look up and he goes, "We will share this fate. I am going to make sure that you have the best of infections." As he does that, he is going to cast the blister. So give me a fortitude save. And he is going to take that 35 damage, putting him pretty much into the grave, but still standing. In a DC 29 fortitude.
All right. Sorry, I was just reading what the spell does. Hey, exactly what I needed.
Nice. You see like this occult magic wash over you, like the sickly green aura. Your own light fights most of it off, but you look at one of your arms and you see this big blister upon it.
Yeah.
Lytos looks shook. He looks a little bit panicked. You see, as he is kind of like all this is going on, you see him kind of like raise up his shield and begin to kind of like chant this almost feels like a bit of a prayer as he goes through, and he is going to cast Mist upon himself. And you see just this crazy burst of mist come through. Unfortunately, can seal everybody within and without. And he goes, "Oh, I got it covered. We have to hide." And you see just this swarm of mist erupt from him.
Crash? Can Crash scream something at him real fast? Or is that guy wait for his turn?
You wait for your turn on that side, but Belric, you are up.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna use my first action. I'm still targeted at this big guy, right?
Yeah, the plague
On the
doctor.
prey. Yeah. Okay.
And he's looking really hurt.
Great. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna shoot at this POS. So, my first shot will be such. hit. Yeah.
That'll hit. You should be able to put him down, most likely.
Alright. Precision there.
All right, how do you take down this plague doctor?
Does he have like one of those weird little noses that goes down? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like an angled shot where it like hits up the nose and then like whatever happens, like the mask flies off and then the arrow goes into the head and then he goes down. So that is my first turn, and then my second action. What's going on with this guy behind him?
That's the Hell Knight that's bleeding out at the moment.
I'm gonna change my hunted shot to the guy next to Bear.
Okay.
And that'll be one action, and then my third and final action will be to shoot at him
All right.
with my second shot. Bear with me here. Sorry. So this is my second shot. It should hit.
Nice.
Do I get precision on that? I'm confused if I do it.
I think precision, you just get that for your first one per turn.
That's right. 13, and then Bear, my boy. God, I should have done this earlier. I don't know. He's gonna claw as his free action.
Perfect.
29 misses. All right.
All right.
Is that right? 29 misses.
The pestilence level, yes.
Okay, cool. That's my turn.
He was slicing at the one in front of him. Yeah, so that was not tripped or immobilized or all the other things that happened to the other guy. So he is going to try to escape. He'll fail. So looking up from the ground, you see him just smile and then raise his arm, unleash a hail of teeth upon Dora. As you see more of these blisters burst out of his arm and teeth come flying out. I think I can just only hit Dora. Give me a reflex saving throw. Nice, just to see. So half on those two. So 11 and then 5. So 16 total. As you see those pestilence burrs blast off and kind of just arc through. That's all 3 of his actions. Crash, you're up.
All right, Crash. Looks like he's gonna yell at Lord Lytos, but he holds back. He holds back, just peers at him through the mist before a small explosion will go off and Crash will activate. Oh shoot, I just went past it. Boots of Blasting Greater in order to get into melee range with this lad here.
He's dead.
Oh shit. My bad, I missed that. In order to get into melee range with this lad here,
Okay.
we are going to activate the fire ammunition that it is within the Obsidian's Edge. Should have been within there. And we are going to use Trigger Brand Salvo. So that should be all 3 actions by the time this is it. Damn!
Do we hear a point?
I don't have it. I used it earlier this session. Unfortunately, if the melee attack portion of the Trigger Brand Salvo is a miss, I don't get the ranged option.
Okay.
So, I'm pretty sure the ammunition is still spent because I took the action to activate it.
That's
so
right.
that is unfortunate. That'll be Crush's turn.
All right. Callie, you're up. amidst the mist.
That's okay. The one who targets is outside the mist.
Okay.
Dura is good, but I was curious. Like, if I tried to target Dura with a buff, you would make me roll the conceal check, right? Like, I think you should.
I think you'd have to. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely applies to allies.
Okay.
People argue that it shouldn't apply to self if you're trying to heal yourself.
Oh, not yourself for sure. Oh, you're healing yourself. Oh yeah, because your summon is yourself. Duh. Yeah, so you can heal yourself and then heal your summon without doing conceal.
No. I was talking about Dura. Like, if I wanted to apply a buff on Dura. But anyway, we'll begin by just dealing that damage.
Nice.
Attack. Then dealing damage. And then
Rough. Barely. Oh, it's on his back, but barely unconscious.
then we'll do the secondary attack, which rarely comes out with Dura, which will. That one's all lightning, thanks to the feats that I have taken.
Nice.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
Finish this demon or devil.
There's like this buildup of charge as this previous round the strike hits, and then this round the strike hits, and then what is usually this AoE explosion that people have seen come out of Dura. This time, all of that lightning is just channeled right through into this creature, and its shocked chars disappears, falls. That was 2 actions, and I have 2 more that I don't know what to do with. So we will do movement over here to give Bear flanking, while Callie will just move. Well, step right here, or stride right there, and that's my turn.
Perfect. And you see that the lightning kind of recedes. You see that devil's body just morph into ichor and dissolve and stain the cement upon the floor. And Wisteria, you are up.
All right, I'm going to stride. I got 40, so over here, get out of that fog. And looking at this devil, I'm gonna use free action, devise a stratagem on it. Well, I'm not gonna hit it this turn, so I'm gonna use a skill stratagem. And then, is anybody hurt? Bear's taking a little bit of damage, but not too much. Okay, so the skill stratagem, excuse me. Skill stratagem gives me a +1 circumstance bonus on my next check involving the target. And if I would get pursue elite, it increases by 1. So I'm going to use the free action recall knowledge still on the devil, which I don't think it gives me a chance to add it, but I'm going to add that +1 from pursue elite, +1 from skill stratagem. And I'm trying to figure out if these devils are the source of the plague here, or if further investigation is required to prevent further spread of the disease.
Unfortunately, you come up blank as you look at the devil.
Right. I'm going to spend a hero point on that.
Okay. Oof. Similar.
I have 1 more.
You can only use 1 hero point per roll.
There,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I can't just repeat the check because recall knowledge is blocked after a failure, right?
Yep.
Gotcha. I'll need to find a different angle then. But okay, I'm gonna make. I have 2 actions left. I can't attack that target. far away is there? I'm gonna move. So I did one step already. Wait, how? I'm gonna do an action to do a doctor's visitation to move here and do battle medicine on Bear.
There's diseases. Yeah.
Where is that action? Oh yeah, it's treatment.
Nice.
Okay, that's
Oh.
26 hit points for Bear.
Holy moly.
And then there's a natural 20 I needed for the recall knowledge check. And then my third action, I'm gonna go another 40 feet and try to get out of that pestilence aura. I'm not sure exactly how far it is, but we're gonna go here. Nope, still in it. Oh no, it got it. Okay, that's my turn.
Perfect. The pestilence devil is up. Even seeing itself outnumbered, it still continues to fight. But it is going to turn its attention from Bear over to Dura. You see it once lash out with its claws, and it'll miss. You see it follow it up quickly with its hail of teeth upon the summon. Dura will succeed on that. You see just more blisters popping off of this devil as it calmly looks over and assails you with its teeth. And then
Will, get rid of these devils, man. This is your shit.
This is what I do.
This is what you do, man.
I'm thinking that we're gonna be in this for the long haul, so I'm trying
Right.
to conserve my magic a little bit. What I
Smart.
can do is start by using amped message to give, give Belric another attack against the devil. So I'm going to cast amped message for my first action. You just hear in your mind, now is your chance.
I get to attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Now is my chance.
Nice.
Now is my chance.
Solid.
Right turn.
But wait, there's more. What else? I'm actually not sure. Then with my next action, how far away is he from me? 45 feet. That's too far, unfortunately. I'm gonna move in a little closer. Again, attempting to conserve my magic because I'm worried that we're gonna be out here for a while. Oh, it's so gross being near him. I am going to use my last action to demoralize.
All right.
Oh, let me make sure I target him first so it actually works properly. There we go. Demoralize.
What does Will say to demoralize him?
Your allies have fallen. Now, devil, you will as well. Dang. All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna re-roll with my hero point.
You're pointing up.
Pop off, pop off.
Slightly better, but probably still not enough. No, it's definitely not. All right. But that is going to be the end of my turn.
All right.
Good turn.
You see his breathing steady a little bit, but still leaking quite a bit of blood. What is Lighthouse gonna do?
Howard.
It's past turn, because that's probably more useful than anything he could attempt to do.
Does he have electric arc?
Yeah, he'll go for it. You hear from inside the mist, he is going to try to see. Which was like the pestilence devil, but he is rolling his flat check for the conceal, and he will succeed on that. And you do see here a crackle of like energy coming through the mist as he casts electric arc.
Let's see if that Sonda blood holds anything at all.
The pestilence demon will save, but will still take half of this. And you see the arc comes from out.
Tegan, can you also roll the flat check for concealed?
Okay. You got I had the pestilence demon selected, so the 19 was
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, with that, he will. He's going to try to hide within the midst. So you see, you hear that crack of lightning, and then you like just almost will potentially lose sight of him. Where's stealth at on this list or hide? There we go. That was supposed to be the pestilence devil, so add 8 to that. So that'd be a 30. As he tries to hide in the midst. Beric, you are up.
All right, so my bear is going to start first, who is flanking, and he is going to do. He's going to claw with advantage.
All right. Nice.
Sick.
Oh, why does he have advantage?
Because because Spirit's monster gave him advantage.
No, you get +2 for the off guard for the flanking.
Oh, okay.
But that 31 will hit, unfortunately, with that nat 20.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking of the old advantage rules of.
Yeah, the 5e ones.
The old rules of yore.
So. I did the claw. Sorry, if that's the case, I'm the command animal, then claw. That's okay.
Perfect, yeah. Okay.
And I'm going to bear hug.
Nice. Okay. So you get to make another strike. If this strike hits, you could grab the demon or the devil.
Sorry, I have to make another strike?
Yep. So the bear makes another claw attack against the same target. If it hits, it is grabbed. So give us another.
Can I do another? Sorry, do I have the action economy to even do that?
Oh yeah, it's part of the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, that'll hit. Perfect. So you bear smacks up, slashes into him, and grabs him into a bear hug. Is Boric, or do you still have any other actions? Looks like.
Yeah. So I commanded animal. That was my first action. Now I'm gonna do 2 shots.
Solid.
Actually, not the first action. So second. Okay. And then for my third, I will. Another shot. Fuck it. Look here. No. I'm going to help. I'm just looking for it. I'm gonna help Syria. Got like a something called. Something I can do like enhance it by 1. Oh yeah, Warden Spoon.
Oh, nice.
Aim for the head and don't let it rot. Is what I'll tell Wisteria.
Perfect. Crash, you're up.
All right. So,
Sorry, Crash.
They are. Oh no, you're good. I don't have the action economy for 2 hits outside Trick Brand Salvo. So one action reload. Second action to stride up. Let's hit him with that Trigger Brand Salvo. We're going to swing melee.
Nice. You guys are good today.
Indeed. Shit. Ignore the fire. So take out 10 of that and the persistent 2. That comes from the elemental ammunition, which I did not take an action to activate and should not apply to the melee anyways.
Sure.
Okay. And the ranged portion of the attack.
Just misses him.
Hate to say it, but still got a good hit off, and that'll be Crash.
All right. Callie, you're up.
I think the turn is going to be rather simple, as we're going to respond to that hail of teeth with a smattering of vines. Well, it's the one. Let's do a second one this time. Agile.
Same one.
And
Nice.
Oh, okay. It's okay. We had a good turn last time. And then we will do nothing special. Okay. Well, maybe I should act together with that. And try and. Didn't think all of that would miss. I may actually have to electric arc. Hold on. Too far forward. Okay, so we will do. Callie will do needle darts. So I'll roll the flat check first. Okay. I think it goes past the concealment, and then just regular needles because that's all I have. Target. Oh no, I share multiple attack rolls. Oh, everything's gone all wrong.
Oh,
That's my turn.
this last devil is besieged by vines and needles, but is still standing amidst it. Mysteria, you put this devil down.
Pop off Wisteria.
Sorry. Okay. I will devise a stratagem. Well, you know what? We're gonna power through it.
Oh no.
Where did all your crit guys go?
Yeah, I'm gonna just take 2 shots and hope the second one hits with map.
Sure.
Don't think I have anything else I can do to help me out. And I'll still have a third action, but I don't know what to do with. But we'll see if we get there. So, enable, devise stratagem, strike, it's a miss, as expected. Second attack.
Oh, there you
Hey, there it is. All right.
Nice.
go. Nice. How do you put on this guy?
We'll do some extra flavor. I take some of the vaccine and coat my bolt with it and fire it at, and the vaccine has like a reactive effect that like weakens its life force because it's like sustained by the poison as it tears through the demon's hide.
Perfect. You put it down, and you see the similar thing as its life force fades from it, its body just decays into ichor that like leaves a permanent green stain upon the stone floor. You got one action left. I'm going to ask: are you going to do anything with the Hell Knight, or no?
He's still alive.
He's bleeding out. Yes.
Does he have any weapons?
He has a scythe next to him.
Okay. I don't think I can do all this with a single action, but I'll do this and continue into my next turn, which is take the scythe away from him and then treat his wounds.
You need to move closer to him too.
I do have Doctor's Visitation, so I can treat wounds or battle medicine and move in a single action. But I guess I wouldn't be able to take the scythe away in the middle of that.
You wouldn't be able to, unfortunately.
All right, so my first action will be to move closer,
Okay.
and then on my next turn I will follow through with that.
He did look like he was breathing near his last. If that does change your rationale at all, and then actually I'll put that to Will. Will, are you doing anything to heal or anything?
To heal the Hell Knight. No, I don't think I will. I seriously thought about it for a second, but no.
I mean, is there any reason Wisteria or Callie or like
He
anyone
might have
here?
useful information, but also I got an angel in my head telling me that he needs to die. So
Crash is also saying audibly, he needs to die.
Well, you guys look on as he coughs up a bit of blood, and then his chest stills.
Does he have any loot or?
Do you check his body?
Yeah.
You find two things. We find three things. You do find 100 gold upon his person. We found two very intricately kind of wrapped or packaged pieces of paper. One of them is an infernal contract, which I'm going to share with you guys as well. The other is an infernal, pretty much cease and desist on this side. You see it as a writ signed by King Tomek, the Infernal God King, to stop this infestation upon the mortal plane. That apparently the Hell Knight was supposed to deliver this, but was unable to. But the thing that catches your eye is this infernal contract, and let me share this.
This man was serving a subpoena?
Pretty much.
Ulrich like tosses this behind his back. He's like, oh, wow.
But you do see this infernal contract upon his person that looks to be between Vincero and the True Lord, or the Lytos' father, I should say, of Apo, Lord Penton. And it goes into some details on that side. And it looks like it was made to treat Lady Esta of a grave illness, with some different terms of agreements, nullification pieces within it.
Lady Esta, do we know who she is?
You would know her as the Lytos' mother, the lady of kind of the.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, so this guy was like, nah, the Divine don't got my back. Hey, the Divine, you got my back? Over
Wait,
to
no.
the Hell Gods.
he brought in the Infernals to cure his mother. Is that?
Or to kill his, so his father, or Lytos' father, brought it in to cure so let me go back. So Lytos' mother is the one that's afflicted. His father brought in the Infernals to cure his wife, aka Lytos' mother.
Okay. Can we look at Lytos and be like, what do you know about this, Trump Jr.? Like, what do you know?
If you guys bring that in contract out and say that Lytos,
I won't do that yet.
You're not going to? Okay. Okay.
I think Wisteria is probably
Crash
the one
is
who's finding
going to. It's like, yo, what?
Lytos will go, well, this is preposterous. This is lies by the Infernals. My father would never do anything like this. You lowborn cur to imply something like this.
Well, it seems it's more than implied. The paper blows in the breeze.
Devils lie. That's what they do. That's what they do.
It's a contract.
That's
Is this your father's signature?
This is a baseboard attack. You
Do you know about
Barely-
this?
There's nothing to know about. Nothing has happened. This is just lies by the devils.
It seems that you might have been less informed about your father's dealings than you might have wanted to be.
You know what? Keep your propaganda. We just have to find them. We'll clear it up when we find my father.
All right.
Can we do like a deception check or something to understand like if this guy knew this
You could definitely do
or
a
if
quick vote if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's figure out if like he's like a stupid oblivious kid or if he knows like.
I'm gonna add my pursue a lead bonus because I think that is relevant to my investigation.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh shit! I should have done that hidden. My bad.
Should I roll one too?
Oh, if you'd like to.
I mean, I guess it can hurt. They have to be.
Hidden. Yep.
Yeah.
Sense motive is one of the action macros if you'd rather use that.
Thank you. And you hold control when you do it or something?
So you either do the action macro or you just take control and perception and we'll roll hidden too. So yeah, control and perception might be easier.
Deacon, should I reroll that hidden, take lowest between whichever one it was?
Oh, that's alright. Actually, every roll, yeah.
Alright then. Action micro. Here we go. Sense motive.
Belric, you stare at this guy like almost stare into like his soul as you read his body language. Like a few things you can just tell by the way he speaks, the way he acts. He's never gone through a hardship. This is probably the hardest day of his life so far. But he's telling the truth. He thinks you guys are lying. He doesn't think his father would do anything like this. His body language is kind of giving that all that a bit of fear in his language, but also just kind of like just ridiculous defiance and certainty that his father wouldn't do something like this.
I would share with the group as much as I would love to blame the prince for all of this. I think he is bonded and not aware of anything that's going on. I think this was strictly done by the Lord, Lord Pitton, and we need to take the steps forward to do that. To
I got a question. If this is something we as a party would know, what would happen to this man's lands if this got out? His land, his army, that kind of thing.
Trading his, because he traded his people and his land pretty much to an infernal god, so he would definitely be cast out. His family could likely be cast out as well. Knowing the Baron, as you guys do Baron Royce, the Baron would hang him for sure.
Y'all mind if I hold on to this?
Yes, I think you're our good hands for this. Is this the kind of thing where, and we spent some time with the Baron, if this got revealed, the Baron would hang him, but would be, because he also made a point of, we want to get more nobles and have their allegiance. So the Baron, I'm trying to predict the Baron's desires in the sense of like, maybe it would be better if the Baron didn't know about this, so that he wouldn't have to hang the Lord.
He could potentially promote somebody else to take his place.
Like the gavels.
That's just me speculating.
No, but nobility carries its own like loyalties, alliances. I assume he'll get a lot with it if we continue. I feel like this is another, Baron and his father type of situation where if we keep it under wraps and just pretend that the correct leader is in power, then it'll work out. We know the guy who's with us is probably not going to be great in terms of wartime endeavor, right? So Let's just see how his dad fares. Like if
There
his
are
dad
a
is better.
few additional things we don't know. Like, for example, it says that Vincero shall employ all of his means to restore her to health. We don't know if he was successful in that or not. And there are ways to nullify this contract, and doing so might be the best outcome, because then we keep Lord Athen's alliance with the Baron, as well as removing illness afflicting the people here.
Out of health?
Yeah.
That's what he
but
calls
I
himself?
don't-
I closed the
Holy
contract. Is there a
cow.
way for me to open it up again?
If you go to your journal, it should be there.
I'm going to make something clear. Crash is not on board with keeping this secret, and he wants this to be known, but he is willing to wait on the information for the tactical advantage.
Yeah, Wisteria's intention is to not leave this city without this contract being nullified via basically any means. But until that's accomplished, she's still kind of trying to figure out all the details of the situation to make the best decision.
You guys
But
have-
she will kind of turn it away from Latos and point at that first line on conditions of nullification and towards the rest of the party, and kind of like nod her head towards Latos and just shrug. But
Ha!
Crash is nodding.
Ha! Interesting. Weird, huh?
yeah. Yeah, she says out loud, I'm not leaving the city until this contract is nullified, but let's see if we can figure out the ideal way to nullify it.
I think that's where we'll end our session. One thing I will mention, you guys have pretty much two different paths. If you want to nullify two different paths. You mentioned if a member of Athen's family dies, that's the end of the contract. Nullify, giving the people back to Lord Fenton, and they may still have some residual effects, but they'd be back, and everything else would be nullified from that contract. Or you can do trial by champions. I will say it. Actually, you guys are down to it. Because do you guys want to peek behind the screen a little bit? Or two peeks behind the screen? Or do you want to peek?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I want to peek. I
There
want the
was
vision.
a third path you guys had on this side, but he is dead. Because if you were able to serve that infernal notice, cease and desist to Vincero's apparition, Thomas Authority would have forced him to leave.
Well,
But a Hell Knight has to deliver that?
A Hell Knight, or somebody that is devoted to one of the infernal gods.
That was not happening.
Outside of that, you guys do have the Harm to the Athen line and trial by champions if you guys do want to nullify it. But you can also try to force or convince Vincero to give up this area as well. I will say the trial by champions nullification, that is a ridiculous hard fight. I know that is probably the cleanest way to get out of this, but that is an extreme fight with a dragon, a plague dragon, and a giant.
Okay, so I know I'm usually the one to be like, all right, let's do the hardest fight. And I do want to do that fight out of character. But this is a rare time in character. One of my characters is like, no, we're killing this guy.
I mean, your character
Okay,
seems to be
then
going that route tonight.
I promise I'm not trying to play. I'm not trying to play a murder hobo. It's just a bad time.
No. I know you're not. No. Yeah, but like this guy does suck. So it would bring me great pleasure. Like Tegan made this guy very terrible, like hard to like. So
Well, one
interesting.
potential route is to find Lord Athen and accidentally have him die, and then we still have a noble on our side who is loyal to the Baron, and a noble who is not one who signed an infernal contract. So
I'm like 95% confident if we let this guy's father die, he will be like, you let my bloodline diminish with my father's death. I am not your friend. Be gone with you. You put me through the worst day of my life.
sure, but we saved all his people for him, and the Baron has a noble on his side. I don't want to be friends with him. I want to support the Baron and save the people of Apo.
This is true.
That's our goal.
But if killing Lord Othin is not opportune, then we have backup plans.
Ah, yes. I just want to bring up the Kata arc. So many plots to kill nobles. I'm not complaining, of course. I'm loving this.
Forever. We will pick up on next week as we get to dive in. It sounds like you guys aren't going to go by. I was surprised. I wasn't sure if you jump at the trial by champions. Are you taking that route? It sounds like you guys are all askew.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Give us a week.
Crush wants something. I want something different. I want trial by champion. I want to see that Plague Dragon.
Personally, I'd love to kill this nerd.
Same.
But I don't think Balric would do that.
He's annoying, but he's not.
He's so annoying.
We don't need to. The punishment for being annoying isn't death.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Crash is where like one of these guys made a deal with the devil. Wouldn't the other one do as well? He cocks a shotgun.
Maybe.
This is not in character, by the way. This is
people will know.
For the bit, Crash.
The people will know eventually.
Perfect. Well, everybody join us next, or hopefully next week on that side as we dive into the second part of this one and get to figure out what the party is going to do and if they can find out what else is plaguing the soldiers here. So join us next week.